Alrighty, guys. Welcome. Not the best thing to talk about today. I'm trying to make sure we are in fact live. Uh, yeah, I I didn't think I'd be streaming so soon because obviously, as you guys can tell by the title, the next Halo Infinite flight is not out. Instead, we're talking about the latest Halo Infinite news, which is the development update. Now, I cannot. I'm trying to get my chat up real quick on another page because I can't see it. But yeah, we've got quite a few things to talk about in this stream. So hopefully, you know, we can get to all of it. But yeah, what's going on, Gold Leader? Cuddly, Cuddly Ronin, what's going on? Chief, what's going on? Yeah, we're live. After a long time not being live, eh? Yeah. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, so guys, we've got quite a lot to talk about, really. I don't know how long we're going to stream for, but I just wanted to stream and just give you guys my thoughts on this situation and what's been happening. Because if you look on Twitter, right, everyone has been going, pretty bonkers. I want to say it's kind of died down a little bit now, but when the announcement first came out, the reaction was not too positive. I want to say, of course, but look. I think the biggest thing here, right? We're going to go through Reddit as well because I want to talk about what some people are saying. The biggest thing I want to say is that I don't think you can really blame the 343 devs. A lot of people have actually been blaming 343 and being like, how are you doing this to us? After Halo 5, and I think that something that we've forgotten as well is like COVID has impacted the game quite heavily, but of course. With that said, it's fine to be upset. Like, it's okay to be, annoyed with this because it is a big thing. Campaign co-op is such a fundamental, feature of Halo. So that will definitely impact the game at launch. Executioner, what's going on, man? Say memes, memes. Hey, hello, what's going on, man? Hey, welcome, man. I appreciate you. Make sure you get some sleep soon though, mate. Hey, Steve, what's going on? I'm really disappointed by this news. If they can't have Forge campaign co-op, then I'm terrified about the other content possibly missing. I'm more upset by yeah, it's definitely a Microsoft thing. Personally, I would have liked to see the game, fully complete at launch. But it's not. It's not the end of the world for me because obviously, I care about the core multiplayer experience, I want to say, but yeah, it's look. There's no way to put it. Like, there's no good news to talk about. I want to say it is sad. It is absolutely sad because this shouldn't be happening. But I don't know. I do think some people that are attacking 343 aren't going about it the right way. There's criticism and then there's just straight attacking 343, and I don't think that's needed. Let's see. I just know the quality of the streamers, guys. I'm not too sure if everything looks right or for the. I'm legit moving house, guys. So I've had to just quickly set up the face cam. I don't even know if anything's working. God. Yeah. Simply put, if it's not ready, it's not ready. I get the E60 development, but I'd rather them keep the unpolished stuff out. Yeah. I agree with that, Chief. Like, some people were tossing that up. They're like, would you rather see it completely delayed, like in another few months, or would you rather see, have this happen? Look, personally, I don't know if I could wait anymore. I'm just, like, we've been waiting so long, and after playing the flight, if you guys, I think majority of you guys were watching when I was playing the flight, and, I had such a blast playing, but I don't think, I still don't know. I don't know if I'd rather it get delayed to have everything. I know a lot of people would like to see that, but hey, JB, what's going on? So what was the supposed good news in this development update? I'd say just them talking about the BTB flight. That's about it, mate. I don't think any of the delay stuff is positive at all, of course. AI and Arms is gone on, man. So the campaign co-op and Forge will not be coming at launch. That's getting a delay, unfortunately. So that's, yeah. I mean, a lot of people, like, I woke up, like, an hour ago, freaking, because I want to sleep at, like, 3. But basically, a lot of people made videos on it, and the overall thing, it is a very, upsetting announcement, absolutely. But you know, I don't think it's going to be the end of the world for the game. You know, like some people have been really like, if we when we take a look at the Reddit in a sec, like people have been going hard saying like this is a disgrace, like, you know, you can't do this after Halo 5, and it's, yeah. Hey Fresno, what's going on? I'm hoping they can bring co-op to launch, make Forge only a 3-month wait. Yeah, see, I think that would be the best scenario, having co-op at launch and then Forge like 3 months afterwards. Because I think what they said in the development update was that what do you call it? I think what they said in the development update was that, you know, Forge would be 6 months and the co-op would be 3 months after launch. Now, I don't know. I feel like 6 months for Forge is a little too long to wait. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know. Hey Josh, what's going on, man? Welcome. Hey Ethan, what's going on? Yeah, they are in a tough position, mate. They really are. Yeah, BTB flight. Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, I guess the main thing is there's no delays, but a lot of people were actually pushing for it. Like, there's a lot of people on Twitter that are really pushing for a delay, guys. Like, you know, you really, I don't know. I don't see them delaying it at all now. I just feel like the decision they've made has been like a Microsoft decision where it's like, doesn't matter that's not ready, right? Get everything that's, you know, supposed to be ready, like the campaign multiplayer, and just get that out to everyone. I think that's been their plan so far. But yeah. The Waypoint Third is playing up too, not just Reddit. Shit. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Everyone's talking, you know, on all platforms about it. Yeah, I'll be fine with them delaying the game again, but that would hurt the game. Yeah, see, that's the big thing, guys. Like, as Chief is saying, another delay would be brutal. Like, another complete delay for the game would be absolutely brutal. I don't see... Yeah, I honestly think this is like I don't want to say best case scenario, but no, I can't say that. It's still a shitty situation, don't get me wrong. But you know, I honestly I'm happy the game is still releasing this year. You know, and all the other I did read a tweet by one of the 343 devs that was, you know, they were saying that they realized after Halo 5 that they had to focus on the campaign and multiplayer experience. And part of that, you know, part of the campaign co-op stuff is, you know, making sure that's ready, is that making sure that they don't just send it out all buggy and glitched like, you know, Cyberpunk. You know, I think it's better for the game's reputation to have that transparency. Sorry, like for 343 to have that transparency, talk about it. And then, you know, not when the game releases, everyone's talking shit like, what the hell, I can't play co-op because it's just not working, you know? And like, it is, I can't really spin it in a positive way. It is still shit, absolutely. But, yeah, I feel like it's a better situation than, you know, it releasing at launch with the campaign. And it's, you know, just dreadful, you know? Hey, Mitchell, what's going on, man? Welcome. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Ethan. New weapon and Sentinel. Yep, that is very true. I know it's just up here. So it is the shock rifle. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Let me know if you guys can hear it. 620, what's going on, man? Imagine they spent that time developing Battle Royale on the comms first day. Imagine. Hey, True Sapien, what's going on? Yeah, okay, yeah. I know what you mean, man. Okay, let's take a look. I know we just passed it. Boom. Never mind, I think we missed it. Here we go. So that is the shock rifle there, guys. Let me know your thoughts on that. I really like the design. It looks pretty menacing. You know, it's got like the I want to say it's like a sight, but yeah, we have seen a few of it. God, I can't English. We have seen a few of the banished weapons in the toy form, but this is the first glance at the actual shock rifle itself, so that's pretty cool. You know, considering it's a pretty crappy day for us Halo fans, I guess that's pretty cool seeing that. The design is pretty awesome, but yeah. Yeah, I don't another delay will kill population at launch. Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, I think another delay, like another complete delay, would just be the worst thing for the game. Um, and I know a lot of people are pushing for it, but I just don't see the sense in delaying the entire. Oh fuck! I don't see the entire. I don't see sense in delaying the whole game. You know, I don't see that. If it gets delayed, I'm gonna die of starvation, dehydration. Yep. Likewise, Chief. Yeah, they made the right call, Hollow, for sure. But, I mean, you could see it in their faces when they were talking about it. You know, like, where did I mention it?
Joseph, you know, as part of this live service, I want to talk to you about the
Here.
campaign side of the game.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. You know, I think I would hate to be in their position saying this, honestly. Like, I love Joe and Sketch, you know. But that's a really, really tough thing to tell the Halo fans because, you know how all of us are, right? As soon as this was announced, like, look at the like to dislike ratio on this video. 1.1k dislikes. I mean, look, everyone has the right to be upset about it. Like, you can't, you know, dispute that and say anything against that. But I just feel like their transparency, you know, like actually telling us is a really, really good thing because, you know, if you think back to Halo 5, when that game released, Halo 5 was a total disaster and there was nothing indicating that when you were buying the game. When you purchased the game, it was all there to see that, you know, the game was pretty shocking. But with Halo Infinite, they've been, you know, relatively transparent in a way of speaking where, you know, we know what's actually going on. We know what's going to be there at launch. You know, as 620 AR was saying, you know, if they release a BR, like a battle royale at launch, then everyone's gonna be pretty pissed off and being like, hang on, you dedicated time to this instead of all these other features. You know, so I don't think that's gonna happen. I do think we'll see a battle royale in like a year or two, because of the leaks. But yeah, it's one of those tough situations, guys, where I feel like if they hadn't announced this and we got to launch and there was no campaign co-op or Forge, it would have been terrible. It would have been so bad. The amount of reviews that would have been like, you know, you spoke about transparency and then there's no, you know, you didn't tell us about this, you didn't tell us about this isn't in the game. You know, I that would be that'd be terrible for 343, to put it lightly. Hey Ron, what's going on, man? Welcome, my brother. Welcome. It's beautiful, really. Yeah, same, Ethan. I'm excited to see how the shock rifle plays, man. I totally missed the shock rifle when I watched, but I saw the Sentinel beam. The new footage looks great. Yes, so I mean, I saw the Sentinel beam in the leaks as well. Of course, we're not going to talk about the leaks too much, but the Sentinel beam does look awesome. It looks really good. I think it charges up like a big plasma pistol. That could be pretty cool, actually. Like a banished, like I hope I want to see more red flames. Like I know the Ravager does that, but you know, that's why the Ravager is one of my favorite weapons to use because of its just aesthetic. It's just so cool. Frezza, hopefully on the 24th, Gamescom will have good news for Infinite. Yeah, I think that's highly likely. So I was actually going to make a video on that as well. I'm currently in the middle of moving, so like I'm struggling to get any content for you guys. But yeah, I do think Gamescom is going to be pretty huge. I can see Gamescom, you know, having a release date, campaign trailer, campaign gameplay, you know, or maybe just a campaign trailer, but there will definitely be a release date. Because let me just say, if there's no release date, the game would be getting delayed. But as Joseph Staten and Brian Jared Sketch was saying in the August update, there's no way it's getting delayed. It is 100% dropping this holiday. So, you know, I do think with Call of Duty Vanguard releasing, what do you call it, on the 5th of November, it leaves room now for Halo Infinite to drop into that, you know, 15th to 23rd of November spot. So, you know, it could definitely release on the anniversary, which would be so cool. But you know, it's gonna be around that time, 100%. So we'll see. Hey, Mr. Chef, what's going on? Welcome in. I swear, whenever you join the stream, I keep saying Mr. Chief, because just my head just goes to that when I see the chef. But yeah, welcome, mate. Welcome. Yeah, that's right, Ethan. Yeah, Halo. Yeah, yeah. Microsoft rushing them, causing them to cut stuff. Halo 2 is a good. Yeah, Halo 2's development was hell. You know, there's a lot of videos on it, and yeah, it was development hell. But you know, still, Halo 2 is a fantastic game. Uh, but yeah, it is one of those things where, you know, like if you're upset about it, you absolutely have a right to be upset about it. You know, because we've been waiting that long. You know, waiting so long for this game. Master Chief is here. Yeah. A Chief Master, what's going on, man? Yeah, you got in just in time, man. Just in time. A Lee, what's going on, man? Sick of this not launch crap. Finish the game. Well, that's fair, man. That is fair. I think, you know, as I was saying earlier, it's you know, my only good takeaway from this is that, you know, we're not at launch and it's not there. You know, like the only thing I like is the transparency. I'm upset about the whole situation, 100%. But you know, I'd rather this scenario than a Halo 5 scenario where you open up the game and nothing's there, you know. But, you know, there's no real... I can't really spin it in a good way, if that makes sense. I'm just trying to keep things positive, even though it's not the best. It really isn't a good situation we're in right now. And, you know, the media, if you go on Twitter, Reddit, or, like, even videos, like, people are, you know, yeah, this is bad. Like, people are really, you know... People were really gunning down on it. Like, again, like Halo Infinite's going to release half-baked. I totally don't agree with what he's saying. No chance. But I don't think it's too good that, you know, it's releasing without this big feature. Give us a sec, guys. Ace by Hulk, it's gone, man. No playable elites, Flood, Forge. I think Flood will be in the game. I've seen leaks of that. I won't talk too much into it, but I'm 99% sure that's there. Yeah, Forge, campaign co-op, assassinations, no blood decals because the game's T-rated for Fortnite, love service kitties. Apparently, so, look, I agree with what you're saying, but, you know, the T rating has changed. Like, a lot of the Halo games, like Halo 2 and 3, would be, like, rated teen because of the way the rating system has changed now. It's rated M in Australia, same as Halo 5's, but you know, I understand why it's teen rated, but you know, of course, it would have been such a good experience to see the Flood with an M rating, you know, proper M rating, where you know you can see the gore, you can see the transformations. That would be the coolest thing ever. But unfortunately, that's just not the case, which is sad. You know it's bad when even COD announced that we have the most maps since MW2. Yeah. Look, we have to see. I've seen leaks of a lot of maps being there at launch, but the plan is for Halo Infinite to have multiple things coming post-launch. So, yeah, from what we've seen today, it's very clear that launch won't be as big as we all were expecting. So that's something we got to just remember. As sad as that is, you know. Yeah. That's right, Chief. Keep things level-headed. Chad's love, so what's going on, man? Because I want everyone to focus on campaign and multiplayer solely first. Yeah, that's right. I did see, you know, I've seen tweets on that, and it makes sense. You know, the campaign experience and multiplayer experience is, you know, core to the game, and they need to get those features right. You know, the campaign and multiplayer can't be, you know, like compare it to Halo 5, right? It was incomplete game. The game that launched, you know, was totally incomplete. Besides the campaign having issues, the multiplayer experience was just terrible. You know, I like the multiplayer, but the experience at launch was terrible. You had Arena Slayer, no BTB, and like numerous other modes like Infection, Griffball that were just missing at launch. You know, so we can't have that happen again. Yeah, that's right, Ethan. That's the way to say it, mate. Yeah. Yeah, as Holo says, as long as people know to be angry at the situation, not at 3 for 3. Yeah. This is also more of a Microsoft thing. Like, if there was any talk about delaying the game fully, Microsoft would have stomped that out. You know, made sure that wouldn't happen. And I like I said earlier in the stream, I really don't think a full delay would have been good for the franchise or for the game itself. You know, because it would have just, you know, led to more questions and people wondering what actually is going on with the game, which wouldn't have been too good. Hey gang, what's going on? Halo CE, CE A, so Anniversary and Halo 2A were both rated AM and came out this past decade. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot less blood in CE Anniversary, sorry. I think Halo 2 Anniversary saw a lot more blood and gore. There was one scene, actually. The grave mine scene where Keys turns into, like, that proto-grave mine. That scene is visually crazy on in the Anniversary. So that would have, bumped the rating up for sure. 343 is really good at making the flood. Yeah, I think, look, Halo Wars 2 flood is interesting. I just want to see, I would like to see more gore and all that, but I don't know if that's going to happen with Halo Infinite now. Doesn't know if there's a Halo's. Yeah, we don't know, Joshua. I'd say there will be, but then again, who knows, man? Who knows? I really hope there will be, but who knows, man? Interblitz has gone on. You can check the Xbox app. Xbox app, as in like just what? I'm confused. AJ, what's going on, man? Yeah, it's not too good news, man. It's not the best. I definitely think people have a right to be upset, but I've seen some people attacking 343 on Reddit and stuff, and I don't think that's the way to go about this. Like, they've done this, their transparency is great, but people have a right to be upset. You got to go about that in the right way. I think some people, some people aren't going about it in the right way, but it does suck, man. It's not the best thing. Like, and look, a lot of people making videos now, like, Halo Infinite's going to release half-baked, like Review Tech USA. Unacceptable. Like, can I just say this? I feel like the no campaign co-op at launch is a pretty huge thing. I do think that. I think Forge, is massive as well. But I would have been okay if Forge was releasing 3 months after launch. 6 months, in my opinion, is just far too long to go without Forge. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like, if they can somehow get the co-op working for launch, that will soften the blow. But yeah, that's right. No, yeah, it is. And also COVID-19 has had a massive impact, massive impact on this game. That's very, very clear to see, I think. It's just, I mean, look, they even said, like, this was the first time they could actually sit down together and, like, go through the game, which is crazy when you think about a game this scale, only now being able to play, like, sit down, play with each other and find out, like, what issues are, surfacing. So it's just, it's a totally different world that we're living in right now. And we've got to kind of remember that before we jump to crazy conclusions about the game being terrible, like I've seen, and some video people are talking about. But, 100% Joe. No, the Microsoft are definitely the to blame for this, I'd say. But look, yeah, it's one of those things, guys, where, hard to really... Hey, Alex, what's going on, man? Welcome. I appreciate you guys all being in here. Possible Camus, what's going on? Yeah, like, I totally understand why some people think it's a, huge deal breaker, huge deal breaker, or it's, kind of, made the hype go down for people. I totally understand that. Like, for me, it personally, like, I'm upset about it, for sure, but I'm not, it's, like, not going to change my overall hype levels towards the game. I'm still so excited for this game, but I was hoping to play co-op at launch, so it's just, one of those things, guys, one of those things where it's just like, it is shit. It is. But, Kamik, Liam, sorry if I said that wrong. Understand Forge, but having no co-op, yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, that's why I think, like, if 343 can somehow pull some magic out of their ass and get the co-op working for launch, like, that would be, incredible. I feel like, I feel like that's, I don't want to say more important, I don't want to say it's more important, but it's just, I don't know. Co-op is just such a integral part of the Halo franchise, and when you play co-op, Forge, 6 months after launch is a big hit as well. But if they could somehow move that up to 3 months, that would be awesome. But, you know, I'm sure, Alex, as you know, man, like, the Forge is humongous. It's the biggest Forge with all these crazy features. So I understand why that's getting delayed, but about to sneeze. Crossed. Yeah, ZV. I feel so bad for all you forgers, man. I mean, I am terrible at forging. I cannot forge to save my life. But still, I'm still just upset that that feature's just not going to be there. Yeah, that's right, Gerald Sonda, man. Look, I feel like what everyone's been saying. Yeah, I agree with what you're all saying, guys. I feel like, yeah, with everything everyone's saying online, I feel like 343 are going to go like, okay, let's sort this out. We need to get at least one of these ready for launch, and it's most likely going to be the co-op experience, because they did say that the co-op experience for multiplayer is there, right? It's just the campaign co-op. So, I'm gonna assume it's I think they said the spawning issues or loading in issues with the co-op for campaign were the primary issues with that. Otherwise, I'd say it's not gonna be too different to the multiplayer experience overall. Again, I've got no clue how game development works and how that would be, how hard it would be to fix all those issues. But, if 343 were able to turn it around before launch and have campaign co-op, I trust me when I say the entire Halo fan base would go nuts and just say, thank you so much for doing this, working hard and being able to do this, put this in the game when we all were, crying out for that feature. I don't know. It's one of those things, one of those really tough things, guys. Yeah, Sparhawk, they did say a lot of the PC things had some optimization issues, so that is getting addressed. Hey, Philip, what's going on, man? Billy Maguire. Yeah, I mean, it will be there 3 months after, but look, I can't spin it. I can't spin it in a positive way. I can't. I've been trying, I can't. It's, yeah. Yeah, I just hope 3 don't end up making a mistake somewhere else if they end up trying to accelerate the development of Forge and campaign co-op. Yeah. As long as as Joe's saying there, this is pretty much cementing that the game is definitely releasing this year in November for sure. I think positivity is the best way to go forward. 100%, I completely agree with that. But God. The co-op is such a big feature, at least. I mean, Forge is massive as well. But I feel like the majority of people right now are just crying out about the Forge, I cannot talk, guys, the campaign co-op issue. But, it is not it doesn't ruin the hype at all. I for me personally, I know a lot of people it does. I know if a lot of people it does, but yeah. Oh, it's hard, guys. Yeah, it'll be worth the wait, 100%. Yeah, simply better. I agree, man. Microsoft have definitely pushed for this to release this year. And as I was saying earlier, it makes sense. Another full delay would be pretty. It would be pretty crazy. I'd say. I don't think it'd be received too well if there was another delay. After how many years they've had to get this game ready. But ultimately it would have benefited the game like crazy. So it's just one of those things where if they delayed the game, it'd release with all the features and it'd have a smooth launch. But if they release it this year, we all get to play it sooner, and it's just I don't know. I really want to play this game, and from playing on the flight, it was so much fun. So the experience itself will be incredible. I've got no doubts about that. It's just that it's fallen into the same trap of Halo 5, where it's just not releasing with all the complete features of a Halo game, or what you should expect from a Halo game. But Yeah, I don't blame 343. Like it is COVID. You know, COVID is the big. Like I'm in lockdown here in Sydney right now. It's COVID is just stuffed everything. It's yeah. I mean, I'm sure you all know that as well. You know, like COVID has just been the destroyer of everything. So it is shitty. Yeah, yeah, Joe, that's right. They got so many moving parts. Yeah, a lot of different groups working on this game. You know, and I think like as well, they're already working on the post launch content. But I mean, oh, maybe not. I just assume they are. But you know, from the leaks I've seen, there's a lot going on at launch still. That's going to keep us going, keep us busy for a while. But yeah, yeah, that's right, game dev. It will come out. It'll come out eventually. We can wait a little longer. That's right, man. Yeah, dude, just having to play it this year. Yeah, no, that's right, Alex. You know, I'm just very happy we're playing it this year. You know, the game is definitely releasing this year. You know, I think what I mean, it's 21st for me. I think 20th for most of you. It's definitely going to get announced. You know, during Gamescom, 25th, 24th. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to be the 15th. You know, I can't see them missing the 15th. Now I know it's a Monday. But I just feel like it's just that special day where, you know, it will totally make sense for them to release it on that day, even though it's Monday. But yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, no, a lot of people are saying that now. You know, delay the game until all the features are there. Um, yeah, this is definitely a Microsoft thing. You know, get the game out, get the game out. I don't think 343 have had much say in the matter, but you know, at least as long as the whole campaign and multiplayer experience is good, then I'm happy. But you know, I would really love for them to push to get the co-op feature, you know, there at day one. You know, you know, because what we're in August, right? We've still got a few months until launch, unless it's totally like fucked, like unless the co-op is totally screwed. You know, I feel like, oh, it's such a tough thing to discuss because you know I don't know it depends on what state the co-op feature is in. You know, if the campaign co-op feature is in a terrible state, like absolutely terrible state, then you know it makes sense why they're going to delay it post launch. But you know, if it's almost there and they're just delaying it because they want to polish it a bit more, honestly, I just put full guns on that. Get that fixed. Get that out. Get that ready for launch. Because you know the Halo community will just thank 343 for it. You know, imagine the praise they will get for you know doing the not the impossible, but you know going against what they said. Like you know actually working so hard to get and make sure that feature was there day one at launch. You know. Because legit, majority of the gripes I've seen, like the Forge, you know, I love Forge, and Forge is a massive thing, but the majority of things I've been seeing, guys, is all about the campaign stuff, the co-op. Crossed. Yeah, so it's, yeah. I'm gonna read your comments here, guys. Yeah, that's right, Hollow. Yeah, Joe did discuss that, which is interesting. You know, I mean, you guys know my thoughts on another delay. I feel like it's not the end of the world, but yeah, another delay would have definitely helped get the game just ready, you know, and it would have just been a couple months. Hey, Tom, what's going on, man? Welcome, man, welcome. Yeah, they'd state and deliver the bad news because, you know, people were not going to target them. I mean, no one's really targeting anyone. They're just targeting 343 as a studio now. So it's a bit different, but, you know, still, it's just, yeah. Yeah, Escape, I don't like the 6 months after, man. That 6 months post-launch does not sound too good for Forge. Yeah, I agree, Raging Spartan. It's not going to be another Halo 5. It's just, yeah. Yeah, it's just those two features. It's definitely not going to be a Halo 5 because, like I said before, Halo 5's features were just non-existent. There was nothing there. It was just barren at launch. There was nothing. So, I feel like, Halo Infinite will still have a lot going for it at launch. Don't get me wrong. But, yeah, it is those the two features. And I am glad they spoke about it and told us now, then let us, find out day one ourselves, open up, try to play co-op, and you can't. Right? How terrible would that be? I still remember. I mean, I don't know if any of you guys watch. I'm assuming some of you do. Angry Joe. I remember watching his Halo 5 review when the game first came out, and he went to play Halo 5's campaign with his mate, other Joe, and they legit tried playing the split screen, and they couldn't because there was no split screen. Like, could you imagine if that had happened at launch for Halo Infinite? Like the backlash, man, it would have been unreal. What I miss it? Oh god. Similarly, not only massive, but a lot of new components they're adding to the campaign gameplay. That's right. I want to chat live on the Forge topic real quick. I'd like to say absolutely, man. I can call you on Discord, man, if you want. This stream, by the way, guys, was a very impromptu stream. So, let's see. Hey, Joe, if you want to jump in as well, man, let me know. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna still talk about a lot more of it, and I'm gonna get to your comments, guys. Just give us a sec. Also, make sure you're in the Discord, guys. If you aren't already, it's in the description. And like the stream if you're sharing. Yeah, I don't. I was gonna say something positive, but there's nothing positive to say right now, if I'm being totally honest. Crikey. Yeah. Actually, Alex, could you just call me on the on Discord, man? That's gonna be easier, and then I can just pick up on the thing, and we can just talk. And then if Jared wants to join in, he can. That might be easier. Oh, Tom as well. Yeah, absolutely. We can get a discussion going for sure, and then that would be good. That would be good. Let me see. Actually, I'm going to start this up. Yeah, we're going to talk about a lot of things, guys. We're going to keep this going. Okay. I'm that bad at Discord, though. I don't know how to freaking damn do a group call. There we go. Hey, bro, can you hear me?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I'm not too sure if the stream can hear you. I hope they can. Guys, let me know in the stream if you can hear Alex. Infinite Forges. Just and then how can you invite Gerald as well?
Gerald as well? Yeah, let me see if I can do that real quick.
Sweet, and then I'll get Tom.
Let's see if I can add someone in. Yeah, invite friends. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how to do it. Hey, chat boys, what's going on?
I said you're already in a call.
We can? Gotcha. Oh, you can hear? Sweet. That is good to hear, guys. Awesome. There we go. Okay, we're just gonna add Tom.
You can hear me now.
Hey, welcome, guys. Alrighty, we're gonna get a good discussion going on. He's there, but kind of quiet.
It's a fun day for the Halo community today.
It is a fun day. It is.
Hey, what's up? So yeah, everyone's pinging me on Twitter saying, "Oh my God, the world's on fire," and I'm like, "No, it's okay." I think it's because my name is literally Infinite Forges. They're like, dude.
Well, yeah.
All your content is delayed for 6 months, and I'm like, no. I'm totally fine, man. And I think all of us are gonna be fine. But
yeah,
dude, we get to play Halo Infinite this year, and
that's right, man.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about that. That's the, we've got to stay positive. A lot of people have been getting negative. Rightly so, but a lot of people have been taking it too far, saying that the game, is ruined or hype is all gone. I disagree with that, but yeah, I still think it's gonna be a solid experience at launch still.
The only thing for me, I mean, I'll be honest, I've kind of peered at some of the undercrust things that we're not supposed to know yet, if I'm being honest.
Hey.
And if the game has some of that stuff, I'm not going to talk about it, but if it has even some of that stuff, and it makes it into the game, like the game's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
If it's just multiplayer, big team battle, and campaign, if that is it though, and like I'm completely wrong about this, I legitimately do have concerns that people are not gonna stay on the game for 6 months. I don't know that multiplayer and campaign is gonna be enough.
No, that's a good point.
Well, dude, I mean, first of all, I gotta say, shout out to Escape Nation. He says, "LOL, rip. Infinite Forge is more like Infinite Forges until 2022."
Toxic.
Dude,
That
that's a
shit is
struggle.
so funny.
Cool.
Sorry, that's
Hey, Omega, man.
What's up, man?
Who just joined?
So yeah, he runs the Halo HQ Discord, man. I think are you guys in that Discord?
I think
I think so.
Jared
Yeah.
is, yeah, I'm one of the senior mods, but
Yeah.
anyway, you guys can continue. I'm just listening, and I want
Yeah,
to
You
join
go,
in.
man.
I'm
Hey, guys,
glad
man.
you're here, man. I was just gonna say, when it comes to Forge, like, what people are lacking to understand is that, yes, you know, it would absolutely be the best scenario if you had it with launch, right? It's almost expected that it would be. However, there's been a lot, like, no one in this chat, unless you were a developer, can pretend to know exactly what went through the work to create this game. There is an immense amount of work that goes into Forge, and I know many people that are on the team. And what I will say is that, or I've spoken to them, and what I'll say is that, like, they're all just very passionate people. They really want the best for it. This is not something that's out for the community or anything like that. They're definitely not lazy. They didn't sit back. They've really poured all their heart and passion into this. And bottom line is, Forge is not going back to the basic editor of like Halo Reach. It's not going back to the basic editor of like Halo 3. It is going above and beyond, most likely, than Halo 5, right?
Yeah.
And to create something like that, especially just through all the working, I'm not trying to make excuses, right? But it's just truth. You got hundreds of people there that are very talented, but imagine trying to run an organization where no one's in the office. Communication literally takes twice, if not 3 times as longer, to get to each other, because you're all working from home. You know what I mean? And that's just one of the many things that's happening. It's not easy, and there could be a bunch of armchair developers if they want, but the reality is that Forge will be incredible. And it's something that for literally the next 9.5 years after that is going to be, just a wild experience. Yeah. I hope that the first 6 months don't become like a huge detriment to the game itself. But personally, I think that I think Halo's going to do just fine, especially with some of the things that, I think it's going to be just fine.
100%.
Yeah.
I agree. I respect the optimism. I'm not as confident as you are, I would say, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. We'll just have to wait and see, because we just don't know what the launch suite is going to look like.
That's right.
Until we do, I just don't know what we have to chew on.
I definitely think that a lot of what everyone's really fearing right now is that we have a second Halo 5 launch where it's just a lack of content, and the lack of and like not having a Forge really is a detriment to the game. But I think at this point it's a situation where it is disappointing that we're not getting Forge. I mean, co-op campaign sucks, but I feel like everybody could have swallowed that. Forge is a much bigger issue, but I think how 343 handles this and their execution will be the key to whether or not this is really going to kill the game. Or 6 months goes by and it's like, yes, now we have Forge.
People also have to think about the fact that we're actually going to be playing Forge way sooner than 6 months from now. They already said they're planning on fighting it. Yeah, they're planning on fighting it.
Yeah.
And
so that'll push that date up a little bit.
And you can stream that and make videos on that as well.
Also, what?
Absolutely.
Oh, dude, I'm
So Alex is gonna go nuts.
But the thing is, like, when it comes down to the flooding and whatnot, honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's just like my age. Like, I'm older. Like, I'm not really in a rush for this. I'd rather have something that takes time, right? I'm not trying to make excuses here, but I'm just saying, if that's the situation, I'd rather have something that takes time, that I get polished, right?
Yeah.
Rather than something that is total trash on launch. Like, literally, look at what happened the past year. We played a game that was completely different than what was presented the year before after the delay. You know, it's just like,
and look
right,
one thing you also gotta remember is like looking at Halo 5 at launch. All we had for Halo 5 was multiplayer. I don't know if you guys were the same, but I played through the campaign once and I never needed to play through it again. I had no interest in ever touching it ever again. It was done for as soon as I finished it.
It took me 5 years to get myself to finish that campaign.
That's what you said earlier, Tom. I remember that.
And the thing is, right, like that's important because we're all pretty sure the campaign's going to be good, right? Like there's so many moving parts with, like, I guess with Halo 5 you could say we didn't know enough. We never really got much of a glimpse of the campaign, so we were kind of deceived, so to speak. But Halo Infinite, they've been pretty open about how the campaign is, how it's going to work and whatnot, and they're consistently telling us about how new of an experience it is and how diverse the sandbox is going to be. So they're doing all the right things with the campaign. We know that for certain. I'm sure it'll be longer than any other Halo campaign it has before, since they said that it's, you know, it's like the size of all the last 3 Halo games worlds combined and such. So at very least at launch we will be getting a Halo game with a good solid campaign and a very good multiplayer. Like the multiplayer experience right now is already better than Halo 5 easily.
Yeah, dude,
and I like Halo 5.
I was about to say the same thing. Like, people are forgetting what they just played not too long ago. And what you're going to be playing probably, well, let's just I'm live.
Don't know when, man.
Sooner than later, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like it's just yeah, you know, like people forgot just how much fun that was. They did a great job with that. You know, and the reality is
that was like the most positive like feedback
moment for
like,
Halo in like 15 years. Yeah,
so much fun.
Yeah, dude.
Everybody agreed something they did was good. What?
Yeah. Hell nuts.
I've never seen that much universal praise for anything Halo has ever done. Dude, even Favin was having trouble criticizing it.
I noticed that actually.
Something I would definitely want to bring up, and this is kind of bittersweet, but it makes me optimistic about how they handle this, is the way that they presented this information. Because, I mean, I've realized once we got the news, like halfway through the video, I realized what this really was. That entire half an hour worth of information was basically just to kind of cushion the blow.
Soften the blow.
Absolutely.
And they had Papa State and come out and like talk about playing Halo with his.
Because he wouldn't attack him. That's why.
Oh, by the way, he was like, "Yeah, I've been playing Halo with my 19-year-old boy. It's awesome." And then, oh, by the way, Forge and co-op campaign are coming in. Like that was smooth. That was smooth.
The best way to do it for sure.
What was that? No. Don't worry about it. I didn't say anything.
Yeah,
just keep listening to my beautiful
Just keep
voice.
listening to my baby boy playing Halo 2 with me. The sniper jackals. Yes, I know what you guys dislike. But
funny.
like, it makes me optimistic that they tried their best to be transparent about why they delayed it. Yeah. And I mean, I know there's different people in different camps right now, but I kind of agree with the decision that was made. I don't think the entire game should be delayed.
No, I agree with that.
No.
I don't think so.
It's such a two-edged sword because I feel like I'm caught straight in the middle of it, where I really feel like Forge is so critical to Halo. You know, like I feel like it's absolutely fundamentally important for Halo and for the community to be able to flourish. But a part of me also thinks, look at other games. Look at some of the biggest games that are around right now are games that sucked at launch and made a comeback. Like, look at Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves had a terrible launch. I hate that I even have to say that this game's launch is probably not going to be amazing. Like, there's no shot that this game gets any like 9 out of 10s on Metacritic or anything like that, because it is missing fundamental chunks of the game at launch.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that the game. Right, and that doesn't mean that the game can't come back from it. Like, MCC is literally the greatest comeback story in gaming history.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good point.
It's the greatest comeback story in history. And that's 343. It's the same dev team.
Yeah,
you gotta
but the
remember
thing
that
is,
too.
Yeah. And everybody who worked on MCC has now moved over to Infinite.
Yes.
Well, they've got P. Hines, who spearheaded the MCC, what do you call it, the revival of it, you know, is basically, you know, running the whole Halo Infinite multiplayer.
Oh yeah.
You know, had all the features and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, I guarantee you, like, you know, from what we've already played, the multiplayer is fantastic. You know, I think we all agree on that. It's just a matter of, you know, what features won't be there at launch. And like right now, we know it's just no campaign co-op and no Forge. And while they're massive, I do think the game will still be fairly successful at launch because of how exciting and how fun the core game is itself. But like you, yeah,
it really is.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Core gameplay is there, and let me just add something. Like someone, Jeffrey Dags right here says that he wants to play co-op with his son, right? I'm gonna err always on positivity. I can be critical, right? But I'm gonna err on positivity here. And what I'm gonna say is that, you know, at least it's happening, right? What a lot of people don't understand is just how hard it is to create. I mean, try to create a AAA title.
That's facts, man.
Just went through
Bloody
in the
COVID.
past year. This game, guarantee you, was probably not in development for. I'm not going to get into this for as long as what you think it is. You know, it was. You know, you have to understand that the people there are not trying to actively destroy Halo. They're trying to create a very, you know, unique and fun experience. And what we played in the flight shows that, man, this is a really well thought out game. Like, it really is. It plays well and everything.
100%.
But the thing is, it's just you need to give time for certain things. And this is coming from a guy that literally has based his channel around Infinite's Forge. So, like, you know, if I can do it, you can do it.
That's a good point, man. Yeah.
And I think the thing that people need to keep in mind is that come 3 or so months from now when the game launches, as long as everything that we get day one is like as phenomenal as what we played so far, I feel like the game can survive a couple months without such a big feature. And what's even better about it is when you think about it, Forge can come in at the 6-month mark when the game is probably just starting to get a little stale for the casual audience.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Revitalize the game.
That's a good point, actually.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I mean, the thing is, it's the game. I was actually thinking about this. I was like, man, if everything launched at the same time, and then 6 months in or something like that, something new came out and started pushing people, you know, people just were less interested or whatever. Yeah. I think with the seasons, I think they're going to be content rich and whatnot. I believe in that. Yeah. But with Forge coming, that's going to revitalize much of the community. You know, I personally believe that. And I can tell you firsthand from knowing the Forgers that I know, the plans that they have, it's certainly going to be something.
Well, I mean, some of the stuff you guys are creating, like at the end of Halo 5's lifespan, you know, has gotten me so excited for Halo Infinite's launch. But you know, so for me, I personally think the campaign co-op was a feature that, you know, just had to be there at launch. You know, Forge I could see being delayed a little bit, and I'm like, as Alex is saying there, like, you know, it could be actually a really good thing for the game coming back a little later to really, you know, revitalize the game. But I feel like the campaign co-op experience is just such a, you know, massive.
It's a fundamental.
That's right, man. It's just such a big feature.
It's been in every game. It has been in every game.
Exactly.
In some form.
At launch.
Besides 5, but yeah.
No, even technically, even in 5, the thing is, there's no co-op whatsoever in Infinite at launch. Halo 5 at least had online co-op.
Online, yeah.
Oh my days! I was not even thinking of that. I was just thinking of split screen.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I think that's a whole other issue. I think they're two very different things. With the co-op campaign, the way Staten was kind of wording it, it made me feel like it's more of a balancing issue and kind of getting it to work in such a robust campaign and world is having those multiple people, and that's something that needs to cook. Hopefully we get flights for that, since that seems to be coming a lot sooner than Forge, within 3 months time. So you never know, we could end up getting it within a flight within the first month and a half, and maybe they finish it sooner than expected.
Yeah, you know,
true.
One of the most popular things to do, and 343 is known to do this sort of thing, is give people the worst case scenario estimates, so that when they can, it softens, not softens the blow, but it means you get to take the hard hit early, and then when it comes earlier than you're expecting, people are way more excited for it, and actually it kind of revitalizes that excitement and softens the blow of that damage.
Well, you lower expectations, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing is, it is what it is. You know,
Scape has just raised a good question here.
I mean, and the thing is, what's up?
No, you go, man. You go. I'll talk after. Finish your point.
I was just gonna.
Yeah, you go. It is hard doing these things, guys.
Just keep talking over him. He has done.
Everybody just talk over each other.
I'm done. Go.
Okay, sorry, Alex. So Scape was just saying, what if, like, I want to hear your thoughts on this, guys. What would you guys do if Battle Royale was at launch instead of some of these modes like Forge and Campaign Co-op? Similar to how Warzone is in BT.
Ooh.
I will say two things right out the gate, okay? One, the Halo fans are going to be pissed. The Halo fans are going to be pissed. But two, the rest of the gaming world is going to be very excited.
Every
True.
big streamer is going to be like, yes,
yeah,
money.
absolutely.
You know what? You
Money.
know what's funny? I saw a YouTuber. He was trolling about how they said Battle Royale would essentially be built in Forge, but no longer that's gonna happen. And I'm like, hey man, cut it out. Just stupid. Like if it's gonna happen regardless. You know, like the amount of content that's gonna come into this game. I think when people finally get their hands on it, regardless of all the noise about, you know, potential battle royale or, you know, whatever the situations are in Forge, people are just gonna play it. Jarrus, I'm trying, okay?
No. I'm just Franklin's already proving my point in chat. He's already proving my point.
Dude, as the Halo fan that would be upset, I can say that you mentioned that.
Yeah, exactly. The Halo fan in me would be upset.
Absolutely.
The Halo fan in me would be upset.
But
the battle royale guy that I am, and how much I want a Halo battle royale, dude. I'm not gonna lie. The positives outweigh the negatives.
Jared's just gonna be like, yes,
because I've been saying it long. I've been committed to it, right? I'm the one guy who has been absolutely.
I've seen that
actually.
I'm
like,
yeah.
It's happening.
Listen, I don't want to make
Jared,
an enemy
it
tonight.
definitely would be best.
What are you saying, Tom?
343. Bonnie Ross said they had a bigger play mode for Infinite in an interview with IGN. How long ago did she say that?
Was that the
Listen,
one?
I'm still holding on to the 3-year-old quote that the only BR is the battle rifle. Okay.
I'm not holding on to that.
Let
I'm
me
like,
dream.
No,
Let me
put
dream.
that in the game.
I really
I'm
just
not
don't want
holding on
another
to that.
Battlefield
I never
5
held on to
situation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that she walked that back literally like a little bit over half a year later.
Yeah, for me, my thing with the battle, I mean, I don't want to turn this into a whole debate about the battle royale. If they do it right and it doesn't consume the game, I'm cool with it. But we've seen what happened with Firestorm and Battlefield 5, where it cut the budget for the DLC in half. Like, I don't know if you guys ever play Battlefield.
Yeah,
but, like,
I know what you're talking about.
Content got cut after like a year and a half. And then Warzone has pretty much cannibalized Call of Duty so that there is no more Call of Duty. It's just Warzone now.
I
agree, Chief Master.
I kind of agree, but I kind of disagree with that, because I really just think that if Modern Warfare came out and it was just another Modern Warfare title, people wouldn't have stayed for very long. Like I don't really think that. Well, like think of it this way, right? If you're a multiplayer guy, right, and you want the multiplayer to be good, and you think the multiplayer is so good it stands on its own, why are you afraid of a battle royale coming to the game? Because by that logic, if a battle royale is, if the multiplayer is so good, people wouldn't want to leave the multiplayer. They would want to continue to play it.
That's right.
The thing is, battle royale is very enticing. It's a very, very fun game mode to play.
Addicting as well.
What's that?
It's very addicting as well. Like, you know, if you die quickly, you're like, hang on,
I'm
fuck that, I'm going back into play, you know.
I don't disagree with your point from the player's perspective, Jera. My issue is when the actual developer, and especially like the higher up people, their investors, look at what's making the money, then all the attention goes into what's making the money, and suddenly, you know, we don't get new PvP maps for 4v4s. We get additions to Warzone, and the like budget for things like that then gets focused on the battle royale, and the rest of the game suffocates.
Yeah, I think that's a valid concern. I really do, and but I just want to say I think that if they're working on a battle royale, then that's going to be the mode that they focus on, and there's nothing we can do about that. I think that the multiplayer. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a foregone conclusion. I think multiplayer is going to be fun and solid and easy to play and easy to get into. And I think it'll probably get good support for a while. And they'll support it as much as I think as the game really demands. But I don't know.
100%.
I kind of agree with the concern about multiplayer. But on the other hand, I just think if people are picking Battle Royale over multiplayer, are they really wrong for choosing to support Battle Royale over multiplayer? You know what I mean?
But the only thing I'll say regarding a Battle Royale is that, you know, if it happens, I want to see the Falcon return. I want to see squad-based vehicles.
Yeah, ODST droppings or something.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And like, I definitely agree. I think to go back to the topic of like Forge and co-op campaign not being in it, I don't see them coming out with the battle royale day one when Forge is like.
Oh, I don't think it's gonna happen.
No,
Yeah.
Definitely
dude.
not. That's like a
That's
1
never
year.
happening
That's
day
like a
one.
1 year
No.
after launch thing.
Yeah, I could see it being like season 4 or season 5 or something.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a fun Halo game, but things are gonna be built out over time. That's just how it is.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's I have to say, I'm a little bit frustrated with the inability to kind of use the yardstick and meter out and say, hey, maybe we need to measure expectations a little bit better, because I mean, the year delay for me, I don't know about you guys, but when I hear a year delay, I'm thinking, oh, okay, this game's definitely good to go then. You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely going to have all the content at launch, without a doubt.
Yeah.
So
Makes you think.
Yeah, it really does. It makes me think, what the hell was the game? What shape was the game in a year ago? You know,
A bunch of blocks. That was it.
But on top of that, I lost it. I lost it.
Oh.
While you're thinking about that, another aspect to like consider. I don't know if you guys were aware, but the Forge mode was actually outsourced by like a partner.
Well, I don't know if we have confirmation for that, but it seems very likely.
Know about that. No.
I think there was confirmation.
That makes sense, I guess.
I'm not sure, but it wasn't like outsourced like to a crazy like who knows developer. It was somebody who's like, it's like a smaller team that's been
Skybox Labs.
Yeah,
right.
I think it was Skybox. The ones that worked on Halo 5, that's what it was. The ones that worked on Halo 5's Forge, I believe.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's good. Then they did a solid job with that.
Yeah.
So it could be something on their end that 343 just had to swallow.
The only thing I'll say is that I don't think anyone needs to worry about Forge being incredible.
Yeah.
No. That's so. I posted on Twitter. I don't know if you caught this. I was saying this in chat footed, but I was like, I kind of think about like an overflowing bottle. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it, like it's the bottle's overflowing. You're trying to put the cap on it, but you can't because shit's just spilling out of it. There's so much contained within this game that putting a lid on it is extremely difficult. Is what I'm thinking.
That's actually good
100%.
point, actually. Yeah.
I think a good way to look at it is you expected to get 3 scoops of ice cream on your cone, and you end up getting 2, and the ice cream man is telling you to wait for the 3rd. So now you're upset because you didn't get all your ice cream scoops. So it's kind of like a situation.
That's what I was gonna say.
Big scoops of ice cream.
Yeah. See that's what I was gonna say was, I think something that they needed to set expectations for a little bit better ahead of time was I mean, they've made it clear that this is a games as a service title. They've made it very clear that this game is going to be a platform for content to be put out. So when you look at it that way, you can actually rationalize it not having Forge at launch and it not having campaign co-op or things like that. You can rationalize it coming out like this, but only if you set expectations for it.
Just
100%.
reading these comments here, they're saying Forge has been outsourced. The delay could be due to that team just not being ready yet. They're likely behind schedule, and again with COVID, that could be a definite factor for sure. Then Jeffrey's saying, as a garage indie developer, I know how hard it is making games, and as much as I hate to say I'd rather the game be delayed and be complete. That's just me. I'm still excited to play it. So yeah, I mean, I think you guys were saying that as well.
I think regardless of the news today, people are excited, and they're gonna be and they're gonna play this thing like there's no tomorrow when it comes out.
People are upset because a key component to a game that they know they're going to like is missing. That's what they're upset about.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna stop people from playing.
So many people are calling that they should have delayed the entire game. I feel like that's stupid because if they had done that, they would have everyone would have immediately been like, okay, so something's wrong with the whole package, and they're just saying it's a delay for Forge.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like
I mean, also, hey, on the flip side, listen, you can't really win, because if you were to say, like what they said here, Forge is delayed, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, But then if they were to say, hey, we're delaying the entire game because of Forge and, co-op, they're going to be like, why would you do that?
I wish that, and I know I kind of already said this, but I wish that they said, these are the features we're targeting for launch, These are the features we're hoping are going to make it for launch. And I also think that the way that they actually told us, the way that they ripped off the Band-Aid was kind of not a super great way to go about it. Like, I know that they brought Joe out and they had Sketch and Joe talk to kind of soften the blow with that all the lead up to it and whatnot. But if I were them, I have the perfect example of how they should have done that. They should have done it the way that they did MCC on PC with a lot of the support patches, where they're like, hey, this feature is not going to come just yet, but take a look at how cool it is. You know, show, don't tell.
Yeah.
Because the problem is we can't see it, so we don't even know if it's going to be good yet. I think that's the biggest problem, is that they should have at least shown it in some slice.
Yeah, you want some visual feedback, you know?
Yeah.
But I think that's what these flights and whatnot are going to be about.
Yeah, I think a lot of their current strategy is coming from the backlash they got for last year's demo, where they are being very careful about what we see, and so their best way of showing us what they have is in a controlled environment, i.e. the flights.
100%.
You know? And I think they're worried about showing us just footage about this of this new stuff and getting a lot of backlash or a lot of hate because they may not like how it looks or how it plays. At least with the flights, it's a more controlled sample, and we get to experience it firsthand and get that feeling of, oh, I'm playing a new Halo as it's happening, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You get your hands on.
I think this is going to be like a topic and disappointing to a few people for a while, but I really feel like once that second flight comes in, that basically contains what I assume will be like a good chunk of what we're going to get day one.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's going to be like, oh, Big Team is so awesome. PvP on these new maps is great. This gameplay is still tight. And then everybody's going to be talking about that, you know?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a reason why you release content like this and then release better news shortly after.
Or like, 3 days from now, you know, we've got the Gamescom. So I think the hype will go back up with that if everything's good there.
Can I just say I got a little bit concerned listening to the verbiage that Joe used, saying with regards to campaign and stuff. He was saying we'll have stuff to show a bit more close to launch, and he specifically mentioned that they're heads down and not really showing anything right now, which sounds like they're trying to set expectations that nothing's going to be at Gamescom. I hope I'm wrong. I really do.
Actually,
it would suck if nothing was at Gamescom.
When he said that, dude,
I'm not expecting anything at Gamescom.
I am. I
thought a release date. Yeah, I was the same.
I mean,
yeah.
I still stand by. I think they're going to have Infinite there. They can't not have it there. But it's probably not going to be campaign. We'll probably see more there. We might get a flight announcement.
But that's what I'm thinking. I think it's more of just a marketing move more than anything else. I don't think it's a big announcement. That's what I mean by I didn't expect anything.
Yeah.
I mean, if we need to get a release date for this game like ASAP. I mean, and they said that the release date's coming soon. That is one thing that they made clear in this, that's coming very soon.
I could still see the release date getting announced at Gamescom. I feel like they could even do like a cinematic trailer like for 60 seconds or something, or even a multiplayer trailer again, just showing more BTB stuff, and then just put the release date.
Actually, it just occurred to me, maybe they're going to show a new promotional trailer. No, maybe they're going to show a new promotional trailer that they're going to throw up on TVs and stuff. Maybe this is the beginning of the ad campaign, you know?
Because we're getting close now.
It slams that release date down at the end, and they start running that ad all over YouTube and on networks and stuff.
And then hype.
Well, it could be live action stuff, you know? Anything.
Yeah.
Oh, please bring back live action. Just don't make it like Halo 5's, where it's just not the game.
Yeah.
But he did also mention ads coming out, like he even said ads for TV and stuff coming out closer to launch. So I don't know about that, but they could just take advantage of Gamescom and be like, this is what BTB is in Halo Infinite. This is like a full game, or this is like a clip of it. You'll be able to test it yourself starting next week, and then the flight. Here's the date for the flight. It could go so many different ways.
Yeah.
But there's no way.
So the flights are backed by Inside Infinites. If there's going to be a Gamescom thing that has massive media around it, that's going to be a trailer of some sort or something small, right? With that is specifically just designed for a release date. That's all.
Yeah.
And then shortly after that, you'll get an Inside Infinite, and most likely you'll get a flight, very soon after that. But the thing is, that's exactly what's going to happen most likely. And if you don't get anything at Gamescom, it is what it is, but you'll probably get it soon enough. But I would imagine that they would take advantage of that, and if they do, it's going to be something small, but it'll essentially just give a little recap to him for anyone that hasn't been in the loop with Infinite. Let them know what the campaign's about, give them some insight about the weapon, about Escharon, about Chief, and then take it from there. I think that would be it. You'll probably get like a mid-November, like November. My date that I think is either November 15th, November 28th, or it's gonna be December 5th, like around there.
Really?
Ooh,
I'm pretty dead set on it being November. They're kind of alluding to already knowing the month.
I think November too. Yeah.
I think November is the move, but it could be pushed to December. I just don't think they'll miss out on the Black Friday sale.
Yeah, you gotta have Black Friday.
Yeah.
You gotta have Black Friday. I actually think that this announcement of content being cut for launch makes it pretty clear this game's coming very soon.
They cut Forge just for Black Friday.
Yeah, exactly. Can I just say, someone on Twitter was like, "Oh, if you don't like that the content's not releasing with the game, then maybe you should just wait for the content to come out." And I'm like, dude, that so obviously isn't a solution. Yeah. You and I both know that that's not a solution. I'm a Halo content creator.
You have to wait.
Yeah. I mean, I have to wait for I'm playing the game at launch. There's nothing stopping me from playing this game at launch. I'm going to play it at launch. That guy's going to play it at launch. Everyone who's complaining right now is going to play it at launch.
I was that guy who got MCC day one with the 3-hour wait times, and I didn't stop playing.
Yeah.
I didn't stop playing. And look, as someone, I was in the MCC Insider program when it first started, and we started fixing the game. I know that it's going to be great, whether it's great on launch or it's great a couple months from then. Because 343 has proved themselves as somebody who will keep working at something until it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, can I just say as well? I don't know if you guys got the glimpse of it. I'm assuming you guys did, but that little glimpse of the new weapon, the Shockwave, one, it looks awesome, but also that campaign. If you look at how nice the campaign looks from that just one screenshot. My God, it's a world of difference, compared to the July demo.
Game. By the way, it's
unreal.
Inspiring me to make another level.
Do it.
Jesus, go for it, man. Please do. Oh man, I think
it looks gorgeous though. It really does.
It does, man. It does, and that's the thing. A lot of people were, I really think this will be a beautiful game at launch. That was one of the biggest concerns last year, but it's the whole game will still be relatively complete. The multiplayer and campaign experience will be there. It's just we're
just getting a Halo 2 launch. We're getting multiplayer and campaign.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, and that will be enough, I think, for now. Yeah.
Yeah, and what's nice is a couple months down the line we'll have co-op campaign, and now that adds thousands of hours of replayability to the campaign. Now you can run Legendary All Skulls on with your buddy and hate your life.
The reality is that there's going to be the first season where you play the campaign likely on your own, and then the second season is going to be you playing with your buddies. There's going to be it kind of works in their favor a little bit because people are going to continue to return for these things.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a good point.
So, in a way.
I mean, when I look back at Forge, and this is just me as a console player for Halo 5, when I look back at when Forge came back, it was huge that it was coming back, and it reinvigorated Halo 5, but the issue was that, at least for me, the controls for Halo 5's Forge were extremely difficult to get a hold of.
Oh, they were so
very complicated, and that is what really killed. I mean, people waited for Forge, and it hurt Halo 5, especially its custom game scene, but it being not very accessible to console players really hurt it.
I really hate that narrative that people like to try and say that Halo 5 was fine not having Forge at launch. Halo 5 was not fine not having Forge at launch.
Because it also
how many people didn't play it? Yeah, that's it. The game was very, very bare bones at launch. Absolutely, it was not a good look for the game at all in any stretch of the imagination. I was very disappointed.
And then the campaign was just stellar. It was just the best campaign of all of them.
Oh yeah,
it was fantastic. It was I can't even remember half of them. I was just thinking about what missions I rocked.
Who's Tanaka again?
Yeah, wow, you're really failing at this jump in this video right now.
Yeah, dude, you've been trying to hit that jump for 5 minutes.
I'm trying not to watch.
Oh, this ain't me though. This ain't me.
Back into the flight, though. How you got back into the flight?
I'm actually playing right now, so I've just got the controller right here.
He's
Let me just
1v4
He's
in the
playing with
fuck
one
it
hand
over.
too.
Yeah.
Here's the talent.
That is.
Here's the bad news, I guess, for people. I would imagine is that I don't know how the controls are gonna be in the next Forge, but it's definitely not reverting ever back to the Halo 3, Halo Reach.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
there's
no,
no way.
definitely
There's
not.
no
Yeah.
shot. There's no
Dude,
shot. Green
there's
Skull is
people
not
that-
here.
Yeah,
there's,
sorry,
there's
Outlaw.
people that DM me today on Discord, and they're like, well, looks like it's not happening, dude. And they're like Halo Reach forgers and stuff like that. And I'm like, guys, just because you still forge on a game that's literally 10, 20, 12, almost 20 years old, you know, I'm like, it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean anything. It's gonna come in 6 months. It's not a big deal. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm too lax about it, or that's just my personality. I don't know.
dude.
I like the perspective.
I think
It's
you're
good.
perfectly in the right to be like, this is fine, because it is fine. All this means is that they're recognizing that something needs more time, and they're
That's
fleshing
it.
it out. To
Yeah.
go back to
That's
Halo
it.
5's Forge, it is hands down the best Forge out of all the games.
Absolutely.
The only
It
thing
is,
that
yeah.
held it back was that on console, the controls were hard to get a hold of. But
Yeah.
for the people that could get over that, they were able to make things they were never able to make in Reach. And for people that used Halo 5's PC kind of, I know it wasn't the full game, but it was kind of like a Forge package so you could forge on PC. Like, the things you could make completely changed, like, the whole landscape of Forge. And I think they're taking it a step further from here. Or maybe not. I don't know. I'm not the expert here.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
I'm just gonna. Let's see.
But I mean, we'll have to see.
We will.
I just want to answer a quick question
I'll
here.
just
So,
say.
oh, you go, Joe.
No, I was just gonna say, it just makes me wonder, like, what other stuff they have in store.
So
'Cause
Alex,
If they're really talking about support like that, they could have other stuff down the line.
I agree with that.
What'd
So
you say?
Alex here was saying. Oh no! So this guy's Alexander. Sorry, I'll say Alexander. And the chat was saying they could have Firefight. Do you guys expect to see Firefight at launch? Like I am expecting that.
No, definitely.
No,
not.
No, definitely not.
Oh, damn.
No.
Okay.
I
Right.
feel like they would have finished co-op campaign before they were like, all right, let's put Firefight out there.
Yeah, because that literally is co-op
true.
campaign. Pretty much.
That's a good point.
Essentially
Actually, I
the
didn't
same
think about that
infrastructure.
because the
You never
spawning
know.
stuff's
They could
similar.
surprise us and be like, oh, along
Although-
with co-op campaign, we're bringing in Firefight.
Yeah, and I also feel like we would have heard about it in some way, shape, or form by now. You know?
Well, yeah. So this is where I bring up the Gamescom thing, where we could see, a trailer
Some
showing not
surprise.
just the BTB thing, like some sort of surprise, like Firefight, or I mean, if they were to
Johnson's
showcase the, Christ, if they were to showcase the battle royale, something like that would be definitely, a good opportunity to get the hype going for sure. But I'd say. I don't expect too much from Gamescom in terms of like what we'll see if it's anything new. But if they are going to show anything multiplayer wise, I just want to see more maps from BTB, more arena maps, and then hopefully something different like that flood survivor mode or something that's been leaked. Because that
I will
apparently
say
will be
something-
there. at
Oh, I
launch.
haven't heard the leaks. Oh no.
I will say something to add fuel to the
Tell 'em.
fire of Gamescom potentially, like having something. It's a
Yeah.
pretty common tactic to drop a really rough bomb right before really good news, just so
Yeah.
you can soften the blow of that with some really good news. So they could be.
That's
I mean,
true.
look at the timing for this. They chose to randomly do this on a random
Yeah,
ass
it's
Friday.
very random.
You know,
yeah.
on a random Friday, 4 days before Gamescom. Like, I wonder
Yeah,
if
we
there's a
got
reason
that
for that.
broken.
Because I mean,
True.
you don't want to announce that at Gamescom.
No,
You want to let the good stuff be at Gamescom.
Yeah.
it's a good
And the
point.
thing about Gamescom that like I'm excited for, because I've been watching Gamescom for years, is it tends to
Same.
be, it's not E3, it's not as much like big trailers and like trying to really reel people
It's
in.
more dev focused.
It's more dev focused and it's more like technical and gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we're in for definitely something. There's no way Microsoft's gonna go up there and be like, oh yeah, we'll show Halo Infinite in October. No way. They're gonna definitely make Infinite one of the big hitters.
Well,
Um,
the
At
thing
at
is,
least a
is
good trailer or
It's only a few months away now until launch.
Yeah.
There's a marketing cycle that's kicking in. I mean, that's
Where-
basically just what it is.
I do wanna touch on
You're gonna
that.
get a trailer. You're gonna get gameplay. You're gonna get flights. All that throughout the next coming months up until release, and it's gonna be pretty consistent after a while. So
That's what Joe Staten
I-
said as well. Like how all of those trailers and things will be coming out soon. Because the marketing cycle, I mean, like I'm assuming they've got a lot of money ready to go for this marketing campaign, because with Halo Infinite,
it's already paid out.
Yeah, so I think a lot of it was already done last year, and they just have held it off until this year.
That's what I was saying. I think they've been sitting on content. I think they've been sitting on a
Yeah,
bunch of.
I think
because
if
they're
talk about
talking
that,
about
yeah.
releasing, they literally have to have been thinking about post-launch content last year, given how close
True.
they were to releasing the game. They have to have been thinking about that.
Yeah,
You know-
I was a little worried when they said they had a 1-year roadmap already set up. I was like, you probably should at this point have a little more than a year.
If it's a
Considering
10-year
it was
game, yeah.
supposed to- Considering it was supposed to come out a year ago.
I will say something just occurred to me, and I can't help but wonder if this maybe is foreboding of the kind of the scale of Forge. Part of me wonders if the issues that they're having with co-op campaign aren't somehow connected to Forge. And I mean that to say, I'm wondering if they're trying
Thanks
to
for
figure
subbing,
out how they can. What's that?
No, I was just saying, Dave just subbed. Thank you, mate. I just forgot I had alerts on. Sorry, man. You go. Yeah.
Oh, right. No, you're good. It makes me wonder if maybe the scope of campaign or the scope of the scope of campaign co-op is so large, and Forge is planning to encompass a lot of that. I'm really wondering if they're not seriously building an insane, really, really huge, big, budgetary Forge mode that we can just do anything with.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I mean, we have AI bots now, and that was the first thing I thought of when they started talking about those for the first flight was, will they play into Forge somehow? Can you script a bot now finally in Forge after asking for the better part of 20 years?
Oh, I hope so.
That could be an aspect. We'll see. I mean, obviously, that's just me pulling stuff out of my...
Who was the other guy talking? Anonymous Entity, who are you talking about? Which one of us are you talking about?
In the stream, guys, I've got Jerasunder, Infinite Forges, and Tom. So I'm sure you probably, if you're wondering who Tom is I think you're the senior moderator of the Halo HQ Discord. I've actually got the link in my. Oh no, I don't. Actually, it's my stream description. Yeah.
I didn't really want to plug during the stream, but I'll just say quickly, for those of you that don't know me, I'm a friend of FootedGhost and Jerasunder here, and I've just been a senior mod of the Halo HQ, which is a cool fan-run server for Halo. I'm just here for the conversation, to be honest.
Yeah, and we're happy to have all you guys join me, so I do appreciate that, guys. Also, guys, we are nearly at 50 likes. I mean, I know this has been a kind of not negative stream, but it's not obviously a good, happy thing we're talking about, all in all.
No, this
we're just processing. We're all just processing.
Yeah, that's right.
But
so,
I think we're being very optimistic with our conversation. We're really just talking about how it's going to work out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is optimistic for sure. But what I will say is, guys, you got to get FootedGhost to 100. It's just get them to 100 likes. Make it happen.
69.
I appreciate it.
No.
Thanks, guys.
You can get it to 100. I know you guys can.
I'm over here making as many Google accounts as I can to
it's
help
all
out,
good.
but
Cheers, guys. Appreciate the
own.
likes. No, because I know because it is a tough. It is a weird topic. I know people might feel weird pressing like because of the topic we're talking about. How it's not a positive vibe, But I do think the conversation we're having is good as well, And I'm happy to see a lot of the people are feeling the same way in the chat.
Look at Ethan. He said the stream lifted my spirits. Thank you.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear, Ethan. Man.
I'm honestly more upset that they said that they gave Craig the Brute hair. I was really hopeful that they'd keep
he needed hair, bro. He's gonna
look charming.
I will stand by. I would have been more than happy for every other Brute to be furry Chewbacca looking, and then just somewhere in the depths of Zeta Halo, we just find Craig hanging out.
Well, I mean, it could be procedural. They could just procedurally generate different hair pieces and stuff on the different models and whatnot. So you could get Craig again. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's
true. Also, dude, what's going to be incredible is that there's going to be some video out there, some guy going to that part of the campaign and killing that brute and just
and recreating
it.
Yeah, just putting Craig's face.
But dude, I mean, Craig, essentially, Craig's just being in quarantine. That's why he has a beard now.
That's true.
He got a facelift. That's all it is.
100%.
I'm pretty sure I'm the first person to ever make a Craig video.
I remember that, man.
I think I'm the first one to ever make it. Yeah.
Was it
Can
the
we
few...
talk about how?
Oh, other one as well.
I'm sorry, Footed. You want to go ahead?
No, I just remembered Joe made like a funeral video or something. I remember that, and also
Yeah, that
Yeah,
got Steve down.
that was-
Got
that.
Steve down. It's the voice
Yeah.
Master Chief.
that is
You're
actually.
still a legend for that. You know?
Wait, hang on. I can find that. That's a funny ass video.
Please do.
Craig
That-
funeral.
that literally
Just play
made
it
my
from.
day when I
You should
saw
just
it.
play it from when Chief shows up because that's the best part.
Oh
I
my
shouldn't have just searched up
gosh.
Craig. Oh, there we go. I found it. I'm just okay. Here we go. Here we go.
Also, just go ahead.
No, you go, Tom. You go, man. You go.
I was literally about to talk about Master Chief on a GPS, so you go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yes, that is a bit of marketing as well. That's good.
Oh yeah, ways.
Quickly,
Yeah.
well, Jared, what do you know where it was where what's his face talked? Chief, Steve
Chief
Downs.
talks. It's
Yeah.
if you skim the video, it'll be. Yeah, no, I'll just find it for you. Give me a second.
Oh my gosh.
I want
dude.
people to see
When
this.
I
It's
saw
so
that, I think
great.
that
This
was
is
one of the
important
first
important
videos I
viewing.
saw from you, dude. When I saw that, like, I couldn't stop.
Christ.
laughing. That was like the Craig memes. But I was gonna say the funny thing is that they really were pushing that Craig meme and like making fun of each other at the start of their segment of that
Oh,
video.
here we go.
So much.
Oh, did you
of it
find it?
was-
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. I wanted to wrap.
Uh-oh.
No. Sorry, Tom. No, I agree with what you're saying, man. It's funny. You know, and they embraced the meme as well, which was what I liked. You know.
Because I always
Oh my god.
Oh,
Here we
was
go.
this the altar and all that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
you're rude.
I haven't seen this in so long.
Now,
7 minutes and 39
remember
seconds is
watching
probably
this
pretty
because
safe to
I
skip too.
always
It's pretty late in the video.
the fight.
I remember watching this.
Or whenever.
Master Chief.
Pretty much
What?
you just.
Out.
God bless Cam.
Wait, I want to see more come. I missed it. Yeah.
For you, Master Chief.
Okay, here we go.
I'm forgetting there's a delay.
Hey, Craig.
All right, we should be quiet.
Sorry about the kill, man, but you're a brute, and I'm the chief. And that's kind of the way it goes, because I always finish the fight. Master Chief, out.
That is brilliant. Oh my god. That is absolutely brilliant. And then you just pan to the sky. And then you just show all
I
the
accidentally-
community-made memes.
Yeah. You know what's funny is when it.
How long did that
cuts the-
take to make?
What, the whole video? Oh, it was pretty. It took me like a couple of days, maybe.
Jesus. Yeah, 'cause you had to get a lot of people involved. Like, that's... I mean, and Steve Downs
It's
himself.
the audio you're hearing. It really was just a Discord full of people. There were 80 people in one Discord call for that.
Jesus
80 people.
Christ.
It was insane.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
the Halo community really just grabbed for Craig to keep themselves alive for a little while there.
Okay. Yeah. We're gonna... I just...
But
Dude,
drop-
I just hope, man, it would be so cool if we got Craig as an AI.
oh my god, he does. Does he have a voice? I mean, I guess.
Yeah, he has a voice.
I mean, I'll just take Joe Staten talking in his normal voice as Craig. I'd be okay with that. But
I'd take
yeah,
that.
I want a Craig emblem myself.
Mm.
It's very important. Halo
True.
Infinite won't succeed without Craig.
No,
Ooh,
not at all.
So,
He
yeah.
needs to get a promotion to like lieutenant or something. Boss battle.
let's take a look.
Craig the God.
Yeah, I think everyone liked it. Joe.
Atriox is just defeated by Craig.
Hey Jack, what's going on, man? Appreciate you all hanging out with us. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about or bring to our attention about anything that you're curious about, or you know, I don't know, like, I mean, just even from you guys, you know, I think it's just like, for me personally, I know, like, the news itself has been quite, you know, upsetting, but I don't think it's, you know, affected my hype too much. I'm still very, very excited for this game.
My hype at all.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. I'm still
Yeah.
perfectly hyped.
Dude,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is,
That's
people
good
are
to
going to be extremely happy when they get to play BTB.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. I
This
can't
is
wait
just
to-
initial reaction, and like I feel like it's pretty mild, considering.
There's a lot of
think
people.
Look how
once we
big
get-
the big team battle maps are. We can't really tell yet how big
I'd
they are.
say pretty big. Like, but I will,
They're larger.
yeah, bigger than Halo 3's maps. I'd say, BTB maps.
Yeah,
but-
just hoping.
Yeah. Hey, see you, Ethan.
I'm
Thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate it. Sorry, guys. You go.
No, go ahead. I'm really hoping for them to go back to kind of one-sided BTB maps, like Last Resort and Zanzibar, for example.
Asymmetrical, yeah.
Yeah.
So there can be more one flag and one bomb
I-
objective type.
Well,
I'm
the
just
one
glad
that we
that
saw.
BTB isn't going to be forged only.
Oh, what if they did?
The
What
one
if they
that-
did? That would be terrible. Go ahead, Infinite.
No, I was just gonna say the one that we saw looked like it's like a Valhalla inspired one. You know.
Yes, yeah. I like the vibe of it.
And,
Looks nice.
And it's interesting, and I'm sure we're probably gonna get, same thing. I think what's gonna happen here is you're gonna get probably maybe 1 or 2 BTB maps, right, that you can transition out of, and then I don't know, maybe 2 arena maps that you can switch out of, something like 4. And it's probably, for the arena side of things, you're probably gonna get the same maps that you played in the last flight, but
Yeah,
PvP
true.
this time.
Which will be
100%.
fun. Bit more to do.
And you never know. They might throw in a new one like last day of the flight. Here's a new
Oh,
map or something.
so-
You never know.
That's actually a good point. I've got a. I mean, I'm hoping. You know the map, Behemoth, I think it is.
Yes.
That one with the vehicles. That's a 4v4 map. I would love to see that just get flighted for like a day or something, because that one looks gorgeous.
It does. It looks like a classic Halo map. Looks like
Yes.
Halo 3, honestly.
Yeah, it does,
really
doesn't
good.
it?
Yes, very much so.
And there's a ghost or Razorback on it, I think. And I'm not too sure if that would change depending on like what you know how like the active camo and overshield pair ups like switch each match.
Yeah.
I feel like it could be like a similar thing where like there's one vehicle on the map and it's like whoever can control that. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. It could be like 2 Razorbacks, Ghost, Mongoose. Who knows? But I'm just excited to see some vehicle combat because that's something that we've not seen in first person at all. Besides like 2 seconds of the banished Ghost.
I really feel like the Razorback will be reserved for more objective game types. I don't see it being as viable in a Slayer setting myself.
Because you can put the stuff in the back.
That's why I
The
was
flag.
thinking it was that's such a BR thing. It's such a battle royale thing.
Oh yeah.
It would
totally
work
being able
well
to
there,
drop a
yeah.
gun. Like it's there.
That's the whole conspiracy I have is that they are piecemeal putting the parts into the game so that when it comes time to put a battle royale into the game, all the
Yeah.
pieces are already in place.
Jared,
Yeah.
it was you. I watched your video on it, and I was just like, no, be wrong, please. I saw all your evidence, and I couldn't come out of it without agreeing with you, and I was like, God damn it.
Sure.
But
And
what really
people-
broke my
That's what you want to
people
hear.
about-
if I may, what really broke my heart about the entire flight, easily what hurt me the most, was that in the settings you could see a button for the flashlight, but you could not use the flashlight because it's probably going to be a campaign-only feature, and instead they
Yeah.
had that AI kind of scan. If you guys noticed that. during the
Yeah,
flight,
yeah.
Which
That scan is kind of. I feel like
Useless.
that's. Well, I mean, it's useless for us, but for people who really need a hand holding, it's kind of a smart feature.
for
Yeah.
Battle Royale.
What are you talking about?
It hurts. But I was really upset because this is so stupid, but
Hey,
I
Charlie.
always loved having the flashlight in the classic Halo games, and then not
Yeah.
having it in 343s, and then I saw it in the settings, I got so hyped as like a huge nerd for everything Halo, and then it all got taken away from me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad it's there in the campaign, but I mean, I guess you're not going to really notice it too much with.
I'm the one guy who cares. I'll be real. I'm the one guy who cares about a flashlight, but that's me.
Jeez,
I
that's so
also,
right though.
I really hope that all this time and all this work that they've put into this game has really been to make this engine as flexible as possible. And I really,
Yeah.
I really hope that's why it's taken so long to get it done. I'm hoping it means that this 10-year plan really is nuts, and this engine is really impressive, and it has amazing potential. I also hope that they sunset the last gen consoles a year or two post launch. I really
yeah, I
hope they
don't. Yeah,
sunset them.
I don't know what's happening with that as well, because it's just like how
I'm
long
pretty
are they
sure
running
they would.
to expect or looking to run on those games, and make content for those
I mean,
games.
if you're playing the game at 30 frames per second, 1080p, you guys are making so many concessions to play that
Oh,
game. You
for
really
sure.
shouldn't be playing it on a last gen console. I just don't think.
100%.
I think it's just not the way to play the game. I know
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I can't afford to get a new Xbox. It's like, yeah,
I think from 2
get it,
years,
but the
like a
game's
year or two
bottom
from now,
line is
yeah.
really gonna suffer for it.
It will, and that's the thing. Like, they need to start optimizing it just for the high-end consoles. Like after a year from now, like I think 12 months from now, if I think 12 months from now, there's going to be a lot more next-gen consoles available. Everywhere. And also, I feel like the Xbox Series S, for example, right? I played on that the entire weekend of the flight, and I had an absolute blast. That thing's $300, right? I mean, Australia, it's like 400, but it is so worth the money. I'm gonna just say that.
It's an amazing It's
box. So good. Yeah,
dude,
like
$300, man, for
that.
You have to think about how much time you spend on it.
Yeah.
It's how much value it provides you.
Exactly.
It's nuts for $300. I mean, you guys literally could work one weekend, right, or 1 week, and have that money. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, 100%.
It's so true.
And
that's true in
possible
games.
For the flight, and was perfectly happy. I feel like that's something that definitely was great about the flight, was that for the most part it was pretty stable no matter what console you were on. Even, I mean, obviously on the last gen consoles you were hitting 30 frames per second more often than not, but definitely across the board they proved that they could make a Halo that's running on all these different kinds of systems and PC and make it coexist.
Yeah.
Kimi, I see what you're saying in chat. There will be more missing features that they haven't announced yet. Battlefield looks hype at the same time. Halo needs to go forward like these other games, not backward. You're acting like they can just magically, poof, the features are there at launch. But that's not realistic at all.
No.
There's a reason why they're not putting these features. You think they want to not put these features in? That's why I don't get the serious transgression toward 343. I think it's nonsense, and you need to grow up if that's what you're thinking right now. Is that 343 is trying to screw us over again, or something, or you have some weird kind of like affront towards it. That's an absurd perspective to have. I'm sorry, but you need to wake up and be an adult about this. This is real life. Game development has there's speed bumps in the road. COVID happened, and I believe COVID is responsible for a lot of this, but I do believe the game had to have trouble before COVID, because we were hearing rumblings about things before. But realistically, you have to be an adult and accept that some things don't come out as perfect as they're going to, and things like MCC are a perfect example to look at. MCC, we got a little bit disappointed because we just found out we were only getting reach on PC at launch. But it was like, all right, whatever. They're gonna jam pack the game. And honestly, if you had told me that MCC was going to get all the features that it ended up getting, I would have sure as hell told you it was worth the wait.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, true. That's a good
point.
Like,
something to keep in mind is they gave us some explanation to why they delayed it, but there could be a lot more at play than just it's not ready, we want to work on it. It could be that it is ready to some degree. They looked at it as like, this isn't good enough, let's do better. And the person mentioned Battlefield. I mean, I'm putting on my tinfoil hat, but it could very well be that at one point they were happy with what they had so far with Forge. They see what Battlefield 2044, I believe, is doing, where it's basically taking the majority of Battlefields and giving you a developer's tool almost to play with it.
Let me interject with something else real quick too, because this is very relevant to what you're saying. People who are talking about how Battlefield is a great game and it's launching perfect, it doesn't have a campaign, guys. What are you talking about? It literally is missing a campaign. It's missing a key component to the game.
Are you serious?
So all this talk about it doesn't have a campaign.
Holy shit!
Yeah, dude, it has no campaign.
I was not even. Oh my! Wow,
it's missing a critical component. The campaign is going to be the story is going to be. I think that the implication is that it's evolving through the multiplayer somehow. But there's no campaign. There's no campaign.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
So acting like Battlefield is coming out and it's going to be the most flawless thing ever is. The fact is, Battlefield, when it initially got announced, people were excited about it, but they weren't super excited. And then they announced, what was it, Battlefield Nexus or whatever it's called, and it's going to have all the pass modes. That, to me, seems like kind of like that softening of the blow. It's like, oh, well, we're not going to have a campaign, but we're going to have this. We're going to have all these old legacy maps that you can play and stuff to make up for the fact that we don't have a campaign.
100%. And back to what I was saying, it could very well be that they looked at what the competition is doing, since they're going to release around the same time. It's like, we can do better, let's push it back. That could be a possibility. But to play off of what you said, oh wow, I lost my train of thought. Someone else. I'll think on that. Dang.
You're good, man.
There's too much competition in gaming now. MCC, considering
listening to you guys right now.
Considering that MCC is the youngest game on MCC is 11 or 9 years old, rather, I think its population's doing pretty well. I don't think there's really much to worry about that game. It's got thousands of people on it daily. It's doing fine.
I got back what I was going to say. I apologize. Going back to what you said, Battlefield can get away with getting rid of its campaign. Halo is this game that can't do that because it's one of the only first-person shooters, really, that fans and consumers expect the campaign and the multiplayer to be on par.
Battlefield's in a very similar place as Halo Infinite right now. You know, it had a really rough entry to the franchise, and all hype died. In fact, I would argue that they're kind of in worse straits than Halo.
Oh, easily.
Because a big chunk of the Halo community still liked Halo 5, whereas Battlefield 5 was panned. People did not like Battlefield 5. And they have a lot to make up for.
Oh, yeah.
And as someone who did like Battlefield 5 for the most part, my issue was that it was just such wasted potential. And I don't feel like 5 was wasted potential. It just was lacking in different aspects. But it still had a hardcore fan base.
It just felt like a game that was being made so that they had a game to release during that period of time. It didn't feel like a game made out of passion or interest or anything. Can I just say real quick, Hollow? I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you about that comment about you playing on original Xbox, and I get it, and it sucks, and so it's like part of me wants it to be sunsetted, but also part of me wants people to be able to play it forever. But unfortunately, there's only so long that you can make modern tech work on old hardware.
It's a 10-year game.
Eventually, all things have to be replaced. I used to work at Netflix customer support, and I used to get people who'd call in and complain that their Wii didn't work. That is not a joke. They couldn't watch They would call in and tell me that they couldn't watch Netflix on their Wii anymore, and they were livid. And I'm like, you have a Wii. You're talking about a Wii. This is a Wii.
Gross. That's nuts.
People are ridiculous, man.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And it just comes down to
Anyways,
343. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I don't know if I can be on here much longer, but people just overall need to realize that it's gonna be a fun game. It's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna get content like
it will be a really fun game. Absolutely. And also because it's free to play, it's gonna have so many people there at day one. At launch. Dude, and content is gonna keep people.
Seriously.
It will keep people. I know that for a fact. With the content
COD and Battlefield will be the big games, but that's okay. No, I don't think COD's going to do great this year. I think COD's going to take a hit this year.
Yeah,
I really do think that there is definitely. I mean, look at all the Halo content creators. That are, I mean, not the Halo content. Look at all the the big streamers and stuff who are just begging 343 to put a battle royale in. They're begging to get off COD. They literally are begging to get off of COD. You can see it. Like I watched Tim the Tatman and Nick Merckx and all of them when they watched the COD. They played the COD event in Warzone, and literally the second that it ended and they started talking about the trailer and they put on the copium mask immediately, and they were like, oh, well, I mean, this and blah, 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 and such, and they were just trying to rationalize it, because they knew that this was the game they were going to have to play for the next year, and I mean, Courage JD was like, I'm not excited for this at all, I have no interest in playing this, so, I mean, it's another World War II Call of Duty, is it really competitive? It's like the 7th one.
No.
Yeah, that's true, it's the same thing.
I feel like Black Ops was such a whimper.
Oh God, yeah.
It's
funny because it was fun, but it just wasn't. It was just the same. This is one of the things that gets me concerned about Halo just launching with regular multiplayer. I really hope there's more in that suite at launch, because Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War launched, and it was literally just multiplayer and campaign. People played through the campaign; they're never going to play through it again. They played the multiplayer, and then the game's population is pretty much dying off already. Nobody's playing that anymore. They're just playing Warzone. And they're still supporting the multiplayer still. Treyarch is still making stuff for the multiplayer to this day. They're adding content. They put a new map in a few weeks ago. Yeah. But that experience just isn't enough to hold people. So I really hope there is a lot at launch here.
Everyone just needs something new, a new experience. And that's why
exactly.
And why I don't...
Go ahead.
No, you go, man. Okay.
I'm so sorry. I don't mean to...
No, you're good, man. You're good. Yeah, it's seriously. No, it's good, man. Yeah, I was just saying that, because it is, everyone is just waiting for a new experience. I feel like Halo would definitely scratch that itch for that, I feel like it would be, if they're, I'm not someone that needs to be a battle royale. Like if there was no battle royale, I'm not opposed to it or not phased by it. If there is one, I'm not phased by it. All I'll say is that it will definitely be good for like the population count.
It'll go off well.
It will go off big time. But even if there is no battle royale, the game will still pop off because it is free to play and the core gameplay itself is so fun.
Yeah, that is something I need to keep remembering.
The core gameplay is literally such a blast.
It is, man. It is.
And the thing is, just off of that, without any other information, people were saying Halo was back, right? I mean, the reality is that if a battle royale or whatever comes out, that'll be great for mainstream, but to gain community feedback and overall just unity in that, having just a solid multiplayer experience is really all that's really needed. And the campaign is it's explorable. Like there's a lot of things you can do within it, so there's going to be a lot to be able to do. It's not like you're going to just play this and then get rid of it. People are still playing Halo 5 till this day, and they say a bunch of stuff about it. So I think the 6 months of Infinite, right, where leading up to Forge and whatnot, I think those 6 months are great for the first initial seasons. People are always going to be coming back.
Yeah.
And then moving on from that, for literally the way that I see it is that people are going to jump in, have a blast, and then before you know it, Forge is going to be there. And all the other components, and within a year you'll get a big game mode, I think.
100%.
Yeah.
Like I definitely, to go back to what we were talking about, I definitely think everybody is hungry for something new to play. And that's why a game like Splitgate is blowing up right now.
That's right. Yeah.
All the streamers all the streamers are talking about Halo. They're all talking about it. You can see the writing on the wall. And the thing is, like, people like Courage, JD, Nick Merckx, all those guys I was talking about before, they are literally paid by Activision. That's not like a secret. That's an open known fact. They're paid by Activision to play their games. They have a partnership with them, and so like with creator codes and stuff, they are paid to play their games. They get invited to all these events and stuff because they want them selling their game to other people, and that's a very effective strategy.
Halo should do that.
But these guys, you can so clearly see that they are done with it. They all quit Call of Duty 2 weeks ago. They all quit. Literally all of them. 100%. And they're paid by Activision, and they quit Call of Duty.
It's nuts. I think
100%.
Yeah, something like that would be quite, I don't want to say Halo needs it, but also it'd be quite good to get a lot of just audiences just watching Halo because, I feel like they need to. Yeah.
I'll say this. My only concern with the Halo Battle Royale is that it went the Battlefield 5 route where it sucked up development cost or a development budget. But I would be more comfortable with the Battle Royale if it came a year after launch, where there's already a year worth of content that creates the base for that standard multiplayer. So that's already settled.
Yeah. Yeah, I expect that to happen, actually. Yeah.
I'd be more okay with that.
I think at launch, if we're missing features and there's a Battle Royale, people will be upset. But a year later, after launch, with all the features to the end of Battle Royale as well, then that will just be like the icing on the cake. And then you'll have an influx of players.
And you gotta
again, just look at MCC and look what that looks like a year after launch.
Yeah.
And considering this is an engine that they've essentially, grinded to the bone and rebuilt from the ground up, can you imagine what there are still devs that work at 343 that have, as recently as I think I want to say a month ago, have said that the Slipspace engine is incredible. And we haven't really seen that contextualized yet, but they are saying this engine is nuts. It's insane. So we have to wonder. You gotta be left to wonder what people can do with this.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
people
don't buy COD Vanguard. Hard agree.
So you go, Alex. Go, Alex.
No, I'm chilling.
I was gonna say we're living in a timeline where Joe Staten is working on a Halo in 2021. I think we're okay.
Bro, not only that, we're living in a timeline where Marcus Lato wants to work on Halo again.
How nuts! How nuts!
I couldn't believe it. I asked him on Twitter like 3 months ago. I'm like, dude, no, actually, it's probably closer to a year ago. But I asked him on Twitter, I'm like, do you think you'd ever return to Halo? He's like, I think my time with that is past. And then he goes on Hidden Experience podcast.
I watched that whole podcast.
Yeah, he's like, I want to play. I want to. Please, 343, if you're watching, put me on there.
Put me in, coach. Oh, please. And, that's something else to keep in mind in terms of, content to keep the games to keep the game alive, they also confirmed story DLC, story expansion. So that's something for us to look forward to. You know, imagine if we get a Joe Staten written story expansion.
Oh, we already know we're getting one.
Yeah,
he's already showed it. That we're
which
doing
is
it.
exciting.
And like,
Razor's Edge asks, "What the hell is the difference between Vanguard and COD World War II?" You know, bro.
Nothing.
One is about. I mean, I'll say this.
Here, let me tell you what the differences are right now. Let me list them off to you.
Sketchy.
He's almost done.
All right, I'm done.
All right.
That's good.
I feel like what they're
Dude,
trying to
Call
do
of
is go with
Duty
this
is just
angle.
so played out, though, man.
It really is, dude. I think
It's
Modern
such a
Warfare.
shame.
I really think that Modern Warfare and Warzone are going to be the last hurrah for that franchise. People are just going to get done with it.
Though, man.
Yeah.
Halo Infinite is in such a unique position, man, where it can really be a successful game. We played against the bots. We played PvP. Did you guys not experience how sweaty and incredibly intense that was? Like, if there's a big game mode,
Oh my gosh.
right?
Yeah.
That's based off of that. This game is truly competitive, but it also has a fun balance where you can be casual, and I love it. I think they've struck a really good balance here, and we saw a little bit of campaign footage today as well, right? With the with the shock rifle and whatnot.
Yeah.
And the game looks gorgeous. I think when this thing launches, like all this hate and whatnot, since it's the day of, is like a lot of heat right now. But dude, when we get that flight, whenever the flight is, like
everybody's gonna forget about this for the most part.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well,
no, or at least be okay with it.
just
the hype will go back up.
We'll just keep going on, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Vakini, I'm here with. Sorry, Tom. I'm here with Infinite Forges, Gerasonda, and Tom. Is it? Yes, that sounds funny. I know.
Tom.
Tom. Do you ever? I'm trying to think. I don't want to say.
If you don't know me, you're not in the know.
he runs the Halo HQ Discord, which is like a pretty massive Discord for Halo. Definitely worth checking out. Basically, guys, if you're just joining for the first time, we think that overall, whilst overall it's upsetting news, but we still got a lot to be positive about and a lot to look forward to because the game itself is, as Infinite Forges is saying, the game itself is gorgeous now. It plays fantastic, and after launch, there's going to be things happening like all the time. There's a lot to play for. It's going to keep us, I'm going to say that it's going to keep us busy until Forge comes out, for sure. And then post Forge, we're going to have different modes, that will be popping out like Battle Royale, probably Firefight, so we're going to see everything. It's going to be a massive game. It will be a massive game, and that's exciting. Like I get hyped thinking about that.
The amount of arena maps, BTB maps, and overall game modes that me and other forgers have spoke about that are going to be creating a bunch of stuff for matchmaking, guarantee you, is insane. The ideas that I've heard. So there's very, very exciting stuff coming whenever Forge releases.
It's going to be good.
100%.
Yeah. It's Paulie, it's not good news. It's just the fact that, in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to, like for us at least, it's not, ruining the hype. It's not getting us, we're still very, very excited for this game. You're allowed to be disappointed about this news, 100%. But we're just trying to keep things light and positive because, there's still a lot to look forward to. And I don't agree with what people have been saying online about how the game totally is ruined now because of this, where some people have actually been saying that, which is, I think it's nuts. It is just one of those sad facts where it's like, yep, we've got to move past it. The rest of the game experience will be awesome at launch, and I think
the truth is,
yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, go man, go Tom, go for it, man.
I was gonna say the truth is, once everybody sees that first cutscene, like I feel like everyone's gonna forget about it and just really fall.
100%, I agree. It's gonna, it's gonna be good. I just can't wait to just get our hands on and just play the campaign. And I mean, the multiplayer we know is fantastic, but the campaign is just something I'm really looking forward to playing. Just even today, I'm excited about just seeing that one screenshot with the shock rifle. It just looks so freaking cool as a banished weapon. I don't even know what it is though. Like, do you guys know what that is? Like, what weapon it is? Like what type of
No
weapon it is?
comment.
No.
Shock rifle. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking.
it's
Shock.
like-
It's like
no.
electric or something,
Yeah.
surely. But
Yeah.
or maybe not. I've no clue. I'll pull it up actually. I had it
I'm
paused.
Puzzled. It's very cool looking though.
It is.
I'm hopeful it's not another like 3-round burst alien rifle because we
Oh,
have a couple
God.
of those now.
Yeah,
Can I
don't-
just say, by
yeah.
the way, is it just me or are a lot of the Forerunner and because I think the Heat Wave is Forerunner.
Definitely.
I think
Yeah.
a lot of the Forerunner and the Brute designs are feeling very Borderlandsy. Does anybody else know what I mean by that? I don't hate that. I like
can see
Borderlands'
that.
design. It's
I
a lot
can-
of the
I can see you can make
contrast
that
with the color and whatnot, and the kind of the more rough shapes and whatnot.
Yeah. Interesting.
Again,
Yeah,
I don't
you
hate
can
it.
make that argument.
I think. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Banished design so far. You know.
Yeah.
It's a big improvement over last year at least, and the weapons. You know, I mean, personally, I had a lot of fun with the Ravager. That was like one of my favorite weapons to use during the flight. And already
yeah.
this shock rifle
Oh, yeah.
looks awesome. I just wonder how it fires because that's the
And
one
also,
thing
you
we haven't
saw
seen.
you saw the Sentinel beam in
Oh,
there
what-
as well.
Yes,
When it's
yes.
looking at the
good
Sentinel, it
point.
looks like
You
it's
saw the Sentinel beam?
Yeah, the Sentinel beam is actually on the left. I think in this shot right here.
I think I know what you mean.
Show
Yeah.
me Ghost.
There's also, I'm pretty sure that you see that gun right there is iron sights, the one that the shock rifle or whatever we think it is. I think you see it's not iron sights, but it's scoped zoom when he's looking at the actual Sentinel in his face.
I see it. The Sentinel beam looks awesome. So, guys, it's just to the left there, far left of the screen. It looks so cool. So, do you guys think that's the only two Forerunner weapons in the game, or do you expect to see more?
No.
Oh, I think that's it.
I very much
No,
doubt it.
not at
Yeah.
I think they're definitely holding their cards, and like, what stops them from adding more within the next month or so? You know,
That's
Oh, yeah,
true.
I don't. I think it's very possible that we were not going to see like things added every 3 months. I think it's possible that they'll have things coming out like every month or so.
Well,
to
they've
kind of-
clearly refined the pipeline for this game as much as they possibly could. So
Yeah,
I'm sure they'll have something to show for it.
That set
Oh,
beam
for sure.
looks so good.
it does. It does. I just want to see it fire because I'm assuming it's just gonna be like this purple beam, and it's just gonna look gorgeous. Like I mean, I think there's a leak of it, and I'm pretty sure I might. Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't
Do we think
don't
this
dive
is
into leaks.
yeah, we won't. We
do we
won't.
think this is
Yeah.
co-op campaign, or do we think these are all individual people playing campaign?
Individual, definitely. Oh, hold on. If you look on the radar, none of them have friendlies on the radar, so I doubt
True,
it's
true.
co-op.
Yeah,
Individual.
you're right.
But it
From
looks
what I
so good.
recall, what they were doing was this is a small group of people within the studio testing it on different systems, while about 30 to 40 observers are online in a call, and they're able to then go
Yeah.
show me Xbox One,
Actually,
show me
Yeah,
this
that's
one, I wanna
probably
see
true.
You're very-
Because you can see
you're
the
spot on.
Series S, you can see the Xbox One S, and different
Mhm.
consoles.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they
yeah.
even had
That's,
them
yeah.
like labeled. There was like a board
Yeah,
above.
man. I mean,
remember.
they're just testing right now. They're
Yeah.
just having to make sure that it's a polished experience for people. That's all.
100%.
But from what I'm looking at here, man, the tree models and everything.
How good it looks.
I mean,
Gorgeous.
the entire thing looks really, really gorgeous.
The lighting is so much better.
And this is from a camera capturing what's on a screen
That's
Yeah.
right.
by YouTube.
It looks. Oh, that gets
So
me
like,
excited.
imagine it in person, like.
Dude,
in
that's
4K.
what I'm trying to say. It's like look at the image where you see the shock rifle. And well, this is delayed, so I don't know if you're still on it or not. But the thing is,
I'll go back.
so basically, it's the one where he's like holding a pistol. You can see that there's hex walls in the back with a canyon. You got some trees, and then you got banished bases.
Yeah.
And like a AA gun right to the side. Look at how much there is to actually explore and how beautiful this place looks. It's a very enticing game. Like
It is.
it's nothing that we've ever experienced before in a Halo game, and I think people are overlooking that. You know, they're overlooking that.
Did you guys see
Yeah.
the dialogue on that screen right there?
Yeah, someone just mentioned it.
Thinking about the other humans back on Earth, well, I wouldn't worry. I don't know who said it though. It looks like a
Ooh,
banished.
It's a grunt. It's a
It's
grunt.
just-
It's a grunt. Yeah.
commander.
Which
Or-
is
That's so
it's
cool.
Like, ooh,
Yeah,
what
that's
does that
destroyer.
mean?
I can't make out the other one. The other one's too blocked in.
Oh yeah, I think that's. I wish this was 4K. I'd be zooming in on the pixels, man.
Someone's
Yeah.
going to just, computer enhance. a couple
Enhance,
times.
enhance, enhance, enhance.
Yeah. So we'll find
It's
out.
not 4K, but
It's not gonna
just-
be anything wild, obviously.
Oh.
They're very careful, but I mean, they
They're
did
not
lie
anything
to us.
wild.
At the beginning of the video, they were like, "You're not gonna see any new gameplay."
And they showed
They-
gameplay like 20 minutes
Technically,
They
later.
they
did,
were wrong.
yeah. Christ, it's I just hope to see more of the campaign
Where
at
do the
Gamescom.
lies end? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, damn foot with the strap was. I don't know how close I was to the screen there, but I was really trying to just look in. I probably went way too close to the camera.
That's
Doing it
okay.
Right now.
We
I'm
want to
just
see your
going
beautiful
frame by
face.
frame.
Yeah, it's.
Oh wow! Look at this. What I'm about to show you. This is really a really detailed environment we got here. Just gonna post it in the Discord real quick. Oh, in the
Let's do
group
it.
call. Look at that. How detailed that
What
environment
is
Is that banished
Yeah.
interior or what,
That
what's
looks
that?
like
Looks
a
like it,
banished,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
remember in the first
that's
demo
a
they had that
banished
like, little
interior.
station?
Yeah, I see if I can
That
find
could,
it.
Yeah.
that could very well be from the first level, because or
So
whatever
basically-
level it was.
Oh yeah, true,
It
true,
could be
true.
the spaceship. Yeah, the banished ship.
Basically, what you're looking at here is essentially that's inside a Spanish ship, or not a Spanish ship,
Spanish.
a banish.
Don't
This is
expect the
Spanish.
Spanish
And,
Inquisition.
Yeah, be like, "Hola, chico, welcome to Zeta." You know, it's like, no, but basically,
Oh, that's
you
funny.
know,
Spanish
so this
Maroon
is-
from CE's back.
yeah, this is definitely a banished ship. And then right there, what that is, that green thing in the back is a weapon crate. We saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude, that's funny.
That's
Or
very
like
Yeah.
exciting.
Spanish.
this is imagine you get to Esther and he's like, "Hola, chico."
that might be the
Hang on.
funniest thing you've
That would
ever
be-
accidentally said, Alex.
That would be
Yeah.
so. Oh my god, just
I
imagine.
even love the lighting. You can see, it's
Man,
red,
just
you
stop
can see the red lighting on the assault rifle.
I'm
Oh
just gonna
God.
read chat to see what they say about the Spanish comment.
We have to stop the Spanish.
Ah, so it's Mexico all over again.
Nobody expects the Spanish forces on Zeta Halo.
The new enemy faction, the Spanish.
The conquistadors, run!
Could you
No,
imagine?
seriously,
just-
someone says.
When all else failed,
Spanish.
they just had
He goes, how to
Christ.
defeat the banished? The Spanish Inquisition.
There won't be a home if we don't stop the Spanish.
You know what's funny? I have like a Spanish descent, like so I can make fun of this. But that shit's funny, dude. Oh my
Oh
god.
god. Oh.
There
That's
won't be a
the way
home
you-
if we don't.
the
Yeah.
Puerto Rican side of me is very happy right now.
Spanish.
Oh.
That's just
dude.
naughty.
Can you imagine? if you could play Halo Infinite in Spanish and just hear a grunt yelling at you in Spanish?
I mean, you can.
Just like, hang
Oh
on.
my god.
Oh, that's like the funniest
Oh god.
accent I've ever heard.
Jesus.
In a man.
Oh,
So
wow.
while we're on this ridiculous note, hear me out. Let's say they did a story expansion, and or no. Hear me out. So it's like the after credits, legendary ending of the main campaign. It's all silent. Atriox is about to win. Then out of the corner of his eye, he sees a slip space rupture, and then another and another. We just have 100 ships, and it's Yap the Destroyer, and he's returned.
It's the Templars.
Oh my god.
He goes, "Hola, Master Chief. Por favor, el escapo. Les dete hello.
Oh my god.
No, but
I had to
Oh
do
my
that. I'm
God.
sorry. I apologize, guys. I'm very sorry. That was horribly racist of me.
They just had
he
them
goes,
cryo
Master
frozen
Chief.
for
Nosotros
hundreds of
somos
years.
just-
esperantes.
There's more guys. There's more Forerunner interior footage. It's very very quick though. It's at 20. I'll put it on the stream, but it's like 24 minutes in, 48 seconds. Very quick. Is that a? Oh, that's a Sentinel. That is a Sentinel.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, and that
Yeah,
sight,
so-
I'm pretty sure that
so-
sight is the storm rifle. Yeah, it's the same gun.
Yeah. Not the
Oh,
storm
the,
rifle,
the,
it's the shock rifle.
Shock rifle.
And
Yeah,
that's
their
the
new
yeah,
version
Oh,
of the
dope,
Storm
dope,
Rifle.
that's the zoom for that. That's a Forerunner structure. Yeah, I mean, I love the design, man. Everything's more
Looks
simplistic.
awesome.
Nice.
just yeah. Sorry, Vakini, I'll go to your comment now, man.
That is absolutely a highlight of the stream.
That absolutely is. That's one of the funniest things. So, Vakini says, I think people are really downplaying the impact of a feature in complete launch. A game with poor first impressions will maintain a bad image in the game community even years after launch. So, straight off, I wanted to say, like, you know, everyone's got the right to be upset about what's happening, about the, you know, those two features not being on the launch. However, I still think the first impression of this game is that, you know, during the flight, the first impressions that flight gave us, you know, the amount of positivity that was emulated from the Halo community was nuts. You know, everyone was just so not just excited to play the game, but the game itself was so good. Like, you know, the reactions that everyone had, you know, I was stunned. I was blown away by the amount of positivity I saw from, you know, people playing the game. There were classic Halo fans that hated, and I mean hated, Halo 4 and 5's multiplayer. And when they played Halo Infinite, they were like, holy shit, I'm actually enjoying this. And when I heard that, I honestly was stunned. And that, to me, is like proof that it's going to be like really successful at launch. Because the classic Halo fans that didn't like Halo 4 and 5, I mean, even Reach, will definitely come back and try this and most likely have a similar feeling where they are like, holy crap, I'm enjoying this game. Right? It's definitely the right evolution of the game, I think, in my opinion. And I think that in itself is going to do the game great. I can't talk. It's going to do the game good, you know, where at launch, the launch is going to be good.
A lot of justice for the game.
That's right, man. It's going to be good at launch, for sure. I don't, like, two missing features, like, it is, we can't downplay it. I don't think we have during the stream. We've spoken about it quite openly and said how we're disappointed about it, but all in all, it doesn't ruin our hype for the game.
No, dude, it's going to be a very fun experience. People are really going to enjoy it. And I have to give a shout out to Omar, because he says Ashram's about to get his sandals ready. That's so fun.
His chocolate. Oh my god.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
The truth is, Halo existed and was extremely successful before Forge, and that Forge was only added to that and improved it. But not having it for a short amount of time or a certain amount of time isn't going to kill the whole game, as long as the rest of it, what's there, is great. What caused Halo 5 to fail was that what was there from launch until the 3 months until Forge wasn't enough to hold the game. It wasn't enough to hold players' attention. If they rectify that with Infinite, then there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah. No, that's very true. Halo Infinite's going to have a lot going for it at launch. Halo 5, people were saying it's going to be like a Halo 5 2.0. I totally disagree. I think, Jerry, you were saying that as well. You know, there's no way that's gonna be the case, because Halo 5 had nothing. It was barren. There was nothing there at launch to do. There was no BTB, no infection, no griffball, no forge, no theater. You know, and
what we know we're getting is already better than everything.
Way better. Exactly right. You know, there's way too many positives right now to start getting negative about this game, and yeah, like, you know, to really get negative about the game. I think it would be. I don't want to say it'd be. Like, you know, like, if you're upset about that, you absolutely have the right to be, but I don't think it should, you know, ruin the experience at all. I think if it does, then I find that quite odd, in my opinion. Again, that's my opinion, but I just personally think there's too much going for this game that's positive, and is, you know, like a massive, like, highlight with this game, that, you know, if you ignore that, then there's an issue. You can't ignore the positive with this game.
100%, and, like, to be clear, this isn't good news. Today was definitely a loss for 343, and that's why they did the announcement the way they did. But the thing that I think we're all keeping in mind is that not having Forge and co-op campaign sucks, but there's so much good that's already happening.
Yeah.
That, you know, this is definitely like that sucks, but this isn't like the game's ruined. It's just like, all right, well, whatever.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. There's still plenty going for it, and at launch it's going to be, I know, like, the launch is going to be successful as hell, because not only is it free to play, but the game is just exciting, it's fun. All the people that have played the game so far have had nothing but positivity to play for it, and that's just, you know, that in itself is really, really exciting to think about, because, you know, once the big streamers get their hands on it and show it to their audiences, then, you know, it's just going to explode in popularity. And like we said, a battle royale will definitely help it in that case. But even without a battle royale, the game will still be very successful. I think long term, it's going to do much better than the new COD. some people call me an idiot for that, but I honestly think long term it's going to do better than the COD.
I agree.
People call you an idiot no matter what. People called me an idiot in my video that said I was shilling for Bungie and was like
Oh,
anti
God.
343 in a video where I praised 343. I'm like, okay.
People call
Jesus.
me an idiot and they don't even know who Tom is. But
Yeah, who is it?
Dude, Halo, I think over the course of the next 10 years is going to make a really big resurgence.
Yeah,
You know,
I see it
and
happening.
I mean, guys, we're talking about 6 months here, but at least we get to play the game. There's
That's
so
right.
many elements within the game that we get to play. BTB,
Oh, God,
think about
sorry.
it, dude. Sound design wise for BTB,
Yeah,
scale of BTB, the overall experience. Like we're going to be experiencing that, I would imagine, within the next week or two. You know,
Yeah,
but
that's
no
right,
red
that's right,
versus
man.
blue, so no game buy for me.
honestly, you don't have to buy
Okay.
the game. It's free to play.
You're right. That's the joke.
Crust. I would have boycotted by not
so
buying
guys, I think
I
think I'm
refuse.
gonna
I
hop
should
out of
post
it.
on Twitter. I refuse to buy Halo
it.
Infinite
That's
multiplayer.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna post
Please,
that right now.
please.
See what people say.
Oh my god. Sorry,
well,
Alex,
guys,
go, man.
I'm gonna head out of here. But it was
Dude,
really
Hey, all
it's
good,
been
man.
awesome.
Hey, appreciate you hanging out, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
Hey, thanks, guys. Yeah.
Look out for those Spanish, dude.
Watch out for the Spanish.
No,
Yeah.
no, I certainly.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Jared's
Is there...
never gonna let that go.
No,
Yeah.
never.
I mean, if you heard the audio file I have of Ron,
Oh God! Oh my God! He must have recorded that. You fucker.
no, I didn't. I did.
Oh,
I did.
okay.
Posts it
Sorry.
everywhere.
I have a
That's your
slew
channel,
of
my bad.
clips I've collected of
Oh,
good
God.
content creator friends with them
Jesus.
saying
Hey,
things
brother-
out of context.
By the way, Footed, if I could do this just because I wanna create some cool stuff for the community.
Yeah,
If
man.
there's any 3D modelers on here, right? Or anyone that is able to provide maybe some assets, because I'm learning how to model and all that stuff myself right now. But
Yeah.
if anyone has flood assets, or if anyone has banished assets that are custom made, right? I'm gonna be creating some really cool scenes in Unreal that might be explorable if you have any way to help me out with that. Sorry,
Hit him up,
total
hit him
plug.
up.
No,
Like,
no, no,
I
that's
just-
good, man.
I just,
No, guys, check out. Yeah,
I
check
just
out
wanna,
his.
I want to create cool stuff for the community. So if you guys have anything like that, hit me up.
Yeah.
Bro, 343 Slipspace 343 definitely delivered with MCC on PC. I don't know what you're
100%.
talking about, bro.
Hey, please, I mean, thanks for the $5, man. I really appreciate that. I will
Yeah.
just say, like, Infinite, after playing Infinite, I think all of us in the stream can say, after
It's
playing it,
delivered.
man, it's delivered. Like, the game itself is fun.
There's no question.
Have you played it?
Delivered like a month ago.
Charlie said
Yeah.
Spanish assets.
Spanish assets. Yeah, but I honestly think they really delivered this time around, Slipspace. I am curious if you've played the game, mate, because sometimes people, like, it's one of those things where you kind of need to play the game as well to get, like, your opinion and
that's
feel
so
for
true.
You know?
Yeah, because like I was watching the reveal trailer and I remember thinking, man, this just kind of just looks like more Halo. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah.
and
That's
I
what
meant
we
that in the
want.
worst kind of way. I'm like, this just looks like a little bit like more of the same, like maybe a little bit scaled down Halo 5. But no, this doesn't play anything like Halo 5. This plays like its own experience. It also feels like Halo. It's completely new.
100%.
Yeah, that's right.
And, like, to go back to before Infinite, 343's track record, everything that I disliked about what they've done since taking over the series was
They fixed
forgiven
it more.
with
Yeah.
how they handled MCC. Every,
Oh, yeah.
all, like, literally every, like, bad thing I thought about 343, working with them and,
Yeah.
like, rebuilding MCC, completely clean slate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Halo
Slipspace. MCC
Infinito.
wasn't playable for 5 years. Well, I hate to break it to you, man, but MCC came out 7 years ago on Xbox One. If you think that 343 Industries is the same company they were 7 years ago, you
Yeah.
have no idea how game development works.
And
my
it
dude.
was very playable within, I'd say, the first 6 months to a year. It was very playable. It's just that
I mean,
the game
I'm not going to excuse that game's launch because it definitely was
Definitely
really,
not. It's
really,
very
really
thin,
rough.
yeah.
Definitely not. But
Yeah.
as someone who played it throughout, I'd say after the first 6 months, it was stable enough to find games,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the campaigns were fine.
Slipspace, I appreciate
Halo
the
Infinito.
super chat again, man. I do appreciate it, but I just want to say that, like, as they've been saying, I think yes, it was not playable at all. It was unplayable for quite a few years in terms of, like, I mean, anything multiplayer wise was just terrible.
Netcode and whatnot.
But,
They didn't even
yeah.
bother to fix netcode until PC.
Yeah, but I think what's good about them, they've had like the 343 Industries, that we knew, like, 7 years ago, 6 years ago. It's completely different. It's completely different. What do you call it? completely different.
Dude, they switch out. They switch out people all the time. Man.
Yeah, that's right. I can't talk properly, but yes, it's a completely different group. I want to say, and leadership, and like I think the game, I honestly can't. I'll let someone else talk. I can't talk right now. I can't.
I think it's disingenuous to pretend that a game that came out 7 years ago and has obviously since come out on PC and the PC port is heavily acclaimed. I think it's very odd that your preconceived notions toward 343 are based on that when we've played an excellent flight for Halo Infinite.
That's right.
It proves quite straightforward. The game feels and plays great. MCC is better than it's ever been. It's better than the classic experiences in essentially every way.
Yeah.
With the exception of a couple of small examples, but it's
some stuff.
It's the definitive classic Halo experience is MCC, and then the modularity of the game, the customization of it, and the sheer amount of content that they've added to the game in an unobtrusive way, no less, is astounding. So to act like 343 has just shown their ass or something and is like really disrespected them, the franchise or anything like that over the course of the last 2 years is just is false. It is false.
Yeah,
they have absolutely turned a corner.
I'll say this, let's face it. You aren't the problem. You are entitled
to
like how you
your
feel,
opinion, man.
and
Absolutely.
we're not trying to trivialize your opinions. We're just saying that we personally disagree, and this is why.
This is our opinion as well. Yeah.
I 100% think 343 have made missteps. They've made big mistakes that should not be forgotten or excused. But it's not about their mistakes. It's about how they've rectified those mistakes, taken time, effort, and resources to fix the issues and try to essentially I'll use the word cater to fans and what they want. They've done their very best to make the game that we've been asking for, and I think Infinite is finally hitting a lot more of those marks. They could have forgotten about MCC. They could have just let it go and be like, oh well, we made our money off of it, let's put our focus elsewhere. No, they went back, they fixed the game, and when it got to a certain point they put it on PC, and since then the game is literally the best way to play Halo.
It is, yeah. That's a good point. Hey, Enrique, what's going on, man? Yeah, I agree with that. PC MCC has been a blast. Like, it's been really, really good. I think there's been a lot of positivity. I know they flighted that as well, The flighting for that, they really showed how much they cared about that system and how they wanted to get it right, get the experience right on that on PC. Of course, like, I think you guys... I don't know if you guys played on PC Infinite, like, during the flight, but apparently Infinite on PC is far better and far more optimized than PC on MCC, or like MCC on PC. Sorry.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Today that there was an issue with the EXE during the flight.
Caused
a 20% decrease in performance. I'm only playing this game on PC, by the way, for the record. That's what I'm playing on.
Oh right.
Yeah, dude, I'm only playing it on PC too. I'm not doing anything on X.
I've been playing it on Series X.
Yeah, I'm in Series S, but yeah, I understand what you guys. Yeah, I mean, I'd play it on PC too, but whenever I try streaming or something at the same time, it just collapses everything. So, but
it's if you want to stream games on PC,
Xbox,
I pretty much come to the conclusion you need a dual PC setup.
Yeah, true.
The only way to do it.
It's let's see. Trying to see if anyone else has seen anything here. Alex, Kyle said, whoever on your stream wanted 3D modeling, I can help him. So, yeah, Kyle, talk to Infinite Forges, man, because you might be able to help him out with some stuff.
Yeah, dude, I just think it'd be cool to be able to create some type of maybe like a flood environment for people to walk through, or some type of like banished environment,
That'd be
I enjoy doing this stuff. I'm releasing my first ever level soon, so it'll be good.
Oh, sick.
That's awesome.
That's
it should be fun.
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
I gotta be honest, I feel like Infinite Forge, I've definitely watched a couple of your videos, but I definitely am subscribing now. I'm gonna check out more of your stuff.
Hey, yeah, guys, make sure you all subscribe to Infinite Forges and Joe Sunder, and also join the Halo HQ Discord. Definitely do all that, guys. That would be awesome.
Yes. 100%. It's fun.
Where can I find this? Okay. I don't want to keep streaming. I mean, I love streaming, but I don't want to keep everyone here just if we're gonna repeat the same things. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about, or do you reckon we've covered pretty much everything?
I think that's about it.
That's pretty much it.
That's it. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Podcast.
Yeah. Hey, this was good. I was just solo streaming and it turned into a bit of a podcast, so that was good. And I appreciate all you guys hanging out as well.
So fun.
Anyway, it was
Jarrett and
good.
all of you guys, if you guys want to chat after this, I'll shoot you a message real quick.
Too easy, man. I'm gonna wrap up the stream, guys, real quick. Yeah. So, guys, really quickly, thank you to everyone that joined the stream, spoke to us, and of course, I know it's very different to my usual playing streams where we're playing, but I wanted to do a stream, just talk about the game and talk about my thoughts, and I'm glad Infinite Forges, Gerald Sondon and Tom joined, because it's easier to talk about those things with other people as well, and it kind of helped with that, because I can kind of go in circles with my thoughts. So yeah, I appreciate all you hanging out. I will definitely try stream more with the next flight, which hopefully will be around the corner. And I may be streaming Gamescom. It's at 3 a.m. my time though, which is going to kill me. But we'll see what happens. Hey, I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. Thank you very much, and I will see you on the next video. Have a good one.